Okay, I want to talk for a little bit, and if people want to talk to me, they'll let me know. I really enjoy conversations. I enjoy conversations where I learn about other people. I don't think I'm more smart than you. I don't think I'm more right than you. I don't think I know more than you. I'm a perpetual student, so I'm always trying to learn from other people. And I find that when I hear other people dialogue with each other, people are always fighting over beliefs. You believe in this political ideology, you believe in this belief system, you believe in this religion, you believe in so much stuff. Well, I, I believe in me. I believe that I don't know a lot and I believe I want to learn. So I want to engage in conversations where I can learn about others. We don't have to agree. We don't have to see things the same way, but I really want to know how you think. So I try to listen to all these people talk. I peruse these YouTube streets, trying to absorb information from others, trying to get their perspectives on life. And I must admit, I find a lot of you to be silly. A lot of you are silly to me. A lot of the conversations, uh, they may be moving the needle. They may, but people are going to stay in their belief. And even if you can convince some, which is always great, you may not change others. So I'm not trying to change the minds of most people. I'm just trying to change my mind. And hopefully I will impact one person at a time when I have dialogues with them, because I really don't know why you think the way you think. I think differently than most people, meaning I can always detach my emotions to listen objectively. And I don't think most people are really truly capable of critical thinking. They think that they are. But as soon as you say something that they don't like, they're offended. I don't care how you speak. I don't care if um, you use profanity, or I don't care if you're very dogmatic and precise in the words that you use. I can still listen to you. And even if I don't like people yelling at me, but I will shut up to hear you yell at me as much as you want for me to decipher what you're trying to say. So sometimes just engaging in conversations with people becomes perplexing. It becomes difficult because I want conversation to be easy. We don't have to agree. I mean, I'm wrong with all my analysis a lot of times. However, in making my conjectures, I'm always willing to be corrected. I never want to come in the room being Gandalf. For me, I want to be wise. Of course, I want to learn, but I'm never thinking um, the Saruman to your Gandalf. I don't think that. I think that it doesn't matter if it's a child or an elder, someone who know more than I. So I come in as humble as I can be to understand where you're coming from. I just want to learn. So when I do YouTube, unlike most people, I'm not trying to push a paradigm on you. I'm not trying to tell you how to believe or how to think or what you should do. I'll tell you what I think. If you ask me what I think about this, I'll tell you. Somebody says, "Hey, what do you think about think of something that's popular? Um, Harry and Meghan Markle." I'll say, "I don't care." But if you want to discuss it, we can, by all means, talk about it. If you say, "Hey, what do you think about Russell Wilson and Sierra?" I'll say, "I don't care. Is he happy? Is she happy?" But a lot of people use the examples of other people's lives to base how they should live their life. And I don't think there's anybody in existence that can tell you how to live your life. You got to figure out what's important to you. My whole life, I'm trying to figure out. I'm 47. I'm still trying to figure out what type of man I should be. A lot of people got to figure it out. I don't. I'm just trying to be the best human being I can be. I'm trying to love everybody that I can love. And I love the ladies, but I'm trying to love my brothers, the aliens, the doggies, the flowers, the trees, the cows that I eat, the vegetables that I eat too. I try to love everything, man. I try to be appreciative. So I can't ever say that I'm a quote unquote life coach, because I can't coach you in how to be in life. I can coach you how to be happy if that's what you want to know. I just smile at the world, and I love living. But you got to figure out what's right for you, because what makes me uh, feel great may not work for you. I was about to say what makes you take a dump doesn't make you take a dump. Hey, what's going on, big homie? I'm gonna say this. If anybody wants to really get in a dialogue with me, I will post the link when I figure out how to do it because I forget sometimes. But yeah, I don't mind having any dialogue with anyone that wants to have, what is it? Is Baby Archie black by 2021 standards or standard? I don't, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know if you call me Baby Archie. You know what? I don't even know what other people think. I just know that when I get into dialogues with people, man, I just want to have fun. And it doesn't always have to be super serious. It don't have to be okay, I got to figure out how to do it because I ain't did this in so long. Let me see, how do I do this? Invite. Is this how you do it? Yeah, I got it. I posted right in the chat. So if you want to hop up and we can dialogue, we can do it. I don't mind. I'm always looking for interesting conversations with people who want to have it. You know, if you want to hop on, click the link, copy, and you can come on and we can chit chat about whatever you want. The way I see the world is not the way other people see the world. Some people, you know, I know people like pushing buttons. Me, I just like conversation. I don't mind you seeing who I am. I don't mind you knowing what I think, and I'm always willing to learn. You can correct me, you can teach me, you can educate me, and you can troll me. Whoever wants that, because I don't really care. Because life will go on regardless. Life is just about having fun, and I'll tell anybody whoever wants to interact with me, say what you want to say. You're free. Now, I say the same things over and over again. Don't think I'm some innocent type of dude. Because I have a mouth worse than anybody that you know, but I know how to just have conversations without even have to go there. So let me have my big homie. What's going on, brother? How you feeling? What's on your mind? What would you like to discuss?
Good morning. Oh, not a lot. Maybe just some random things. I was pretty wild last night
Yeah,
at the way that political conversation when I was watching your comments about how you try not to get into these conversations because you're not going to change anyone's mind. And, man, people get so fired up over this stuff, man. And I think that's just part of the way. I think it's a combination of things. Um, I think it's mostly the media. People's interest in politics and the media. They treat people in the way that, I mean, God, he was livid over some shit that happened that settled, and they wanted, I think it's crazy. It's like the election's over. Until the election's over, he gets furious. It's settled, man. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. Oh man, to me, that guy, man, is not a good representative of masculinity, even though he's supposed to be. That's not acting masculine. When I think of masculine, I think of I really think of my stepdad, how he would be calm under pressure, and I've acquired that from him. Crazy shit and wild stuff would be happening around, and he's the one that keeps a cool head. That's how you get through it. You don't get through it, being all frazzled. He had his moments where he broke from time to time when he was angry about something. But other than that, yeah, you keep a cool head, so that you can think. Done.
well, I agree. Like I really want to engage in conversations, but people get so disrespectful over stuff that's so irrelevant. Like, you believe what you believe. I can't change your belief, so why even try? But you figure you're gonna convince somebody. You've read what you read. You interpret it the way you want to interpret. Live with that. We just don't agree. And so many people fight over stuff that's so silly. Like, really? Dude, if you love Trump, I'm happy for you. If you love Biden, I'm happy for you. To me, the best president is whatever president that's the president, and it's going to be always another president that somebody's going to love or hate. So I don't care. If it's not affecting my life, I don't care. And since you talked about masculinity, let me dive into that. I always say that for me, there's nothing wrong with being emotional. It's about controlling your emotion. And if you want to engage in discourse or dialogue, you have to learn to let other people speak. So when I get on other people's platforms, it doesn't matter if I think I know more than somebody else or I don't. I usually will let people speak, and then I say, "Are you done? Finish what you have to say, and once you complete, let me speak. Let me know when I can speak, because I have a problem." Go ahead, brother. You can interrupt me. I don't.
No, 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 no. I mean, when you know more, you got all the cards. You can wait to play them. You could sandbag. You don't have to come with them right away. You could trap somebody. You could. I mean, like, remember, the whole Rollo episode?
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I just let Rollo do his thing. You just ask him a few questions, and
Why you bring up my
he
homie? The
uh,
internet King International, Lord International, the man.
right. Yeah, had 15 holes in high school, man. Socking into his pocket. You just
Yeah.
let him go long enough, ask him a couple of questions and everything, and
Why
then
you
just see where it goes from there.
why
That,
you gonna take me here, big homie? You know
oh man, because I like to laugh and smile, man.
man, that's my problem. Like, I listen to a lot of these dudes' stats, man. They don't even know. I respect them, but they be saying some of the most silliest. They be saying the
Yeah,
most silliest. The profanity's gonna come out, people. So talking to big homies gonna come out. I'm gonna let
I
it
like
go.
I like to laugh,
Dude,
man.
they say some of the most silliest shit. I be like, really? Are you really thinking about what the f you're saying? Are you really thinking about it? Do you really have you even use the computational power of your brain, because some of you guys are just blatant idiot. It's amazing how idiotic they sound, but they are intelligent idiots. So it's great. So I just like, I'm not saying names, but I'm trying my best never to get on none of y'all. I'll let y'all speak, but I think videos that if you listen to them, you understand what I'm saying.
I think it speaks to the level of sophistication, or really lack thereof, the type of people they interact with. You know?
Yeah, I do know. Hey, let me. Hey, what's up, brother Mars? KRDP, much respect to you. I'm just having a dialogue with my big homie. Much respect to anybody who pops up and listen to the conversation. For
let
me,
me ask you something else. You know, when you get finished, go ahead.
I'm done. Go ahead. I'm just
so
talking to you.
the Dallas Cowboys, you know, they got a half black quarterback that performed well. He got injured bad last year in a year where he didn't have a long-term contract, and he had a very, very serious injury, a compound fracture. Dak Prescott. Yeah. Well, they just signed him to like the richest contract ever. 140 million, 140, I think 166 million over 4 years, with 66 million guaranteed. That's the signing. No, that's the signing bonus. Man, that's the signing bonus.
Understood.
Good grief. I don't know if he's worth all that. That's more money than Mahomes.
But you got to understand how much money these owners have. So like it's a lot that goes into that. Ticket sales.
The tickets they're not selling.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. But they think like getting fans to tune in, showing team loyalty. So if you want to sign other people, like how you have a contract with one person will reflect other people, because they say if you don't take care of this person, you're not gonna take care of us. So people will be reluctant to sign there. So it kind of builds up the image of the team. Especially, I think Dallas had a bad image for a while. We're not taking care of their players. Am I correct in that assessment? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's the case. Well, they took care of players. They take care of the black players. They take care of the black players, and that was kind of the question. They gave Romo what he wanted, and you know he never really came through. But this kid is taking him a little bit further. That was the whisperings. They don't take care of the black players.
Yeah,
and they signed everyone else to larger contracts. Well, I mean, I don't like the Cowboys. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that the brother fails. Even if he fails on the field, he's won in life. You know? Yeah, I'm not hoping that he fails, but you know, his success is nothing that is gonna make me a fan of the Cowboys. Nothing gonna make me a fan of the Cowboys. But I was surprised that they finally capitulated and gave him the contract. This has been in negotiations for 3 years.
Listen, I'm never mad at another man for getting his money, but it's hard out there. So I'm just, in my brain, I'm always thinking, how can I get my money? I'm glad he got his, but what about me? So that's how I look at the world. Like, I try my best not to analyze sports contracts, and because like they got a different world they living in. Man, if $5,000 is a lot when somebody gonna just give me for something. For some of these contracts, they getting 50 million, 100 million contracts. I can imagine it, but I can really imagine it, but it just seems unrealistic at this time. So it helps people take their mind off of what's going on in the world today. But for me, it's not my primary focus, because I want to see the regular person get a $200,000 a year contract, and the average person is not getting that. You get what I mean? So, as long as they live in their best life, I'm always clapping and congratulating. Whatever, I don't care what endeavor. I don't care if you just sleep and snore all day and you get 2 billion YouTube subscribers. I'm clapping for you, but I'm always thinking, how can I get there? So I'm happy for Dak Prescott. I hope that every player in the NFL gets what they deserve, and it's fair and equitable to compare to their other players. But life ain't ever fair, so it is going to be what it is. You know what I mean? It's never how we want it to be. And now, what interests me a lot is, I think basketball really interests me, because I'm curious to see will New Jersey Nets, will they pull it off? That's what I've really been thinking about. I watched the All-Star game, which I thought was pretty entertaining. And I think that, I don't know if I can say certain terms on YouTube, but I wonder how we're going to adjust to this, this word I can say, the pandemic society. I don't understand how people are going to change with automation coming, and people are scared to come out the house without, getting near people. It's going to be a different world. I'm waiting to see what the future is going to bring, especially with all this automation and all this new technology. That's why you see all this, people can't get each other's face and fight for real anymore. So now they fighting on YouTube. I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than you. I believe more than you. It's all crazy to me, brother. I don't have the answers, but I find it amazing. So my favorite team, as you did not, I'm pretty sure you knew, I'm a Lakers guy, and I roll with Los Angeles because that's where I'm from. So I want to see the Rams always win, but they got to do some things. What's your favorite sport? You still there, big homie? Or did you fade out on me? Put the mic on mute. So let me just.
Oh, and I put it on mute while you were talking. And
no, man, you can listen. You can let it flow. You can interrupt me anytime. Go ahead.
My favorite sport. Don't say that, because then you'll never talk.
I won't.
No, but we can have an exchange. I'm civilized. I'm not
civilized.
I'm not other people.
It's all good.
But I'm not other people. I won't say any names. Angry man.
I'm not gonna talk about nobody.
Nobody wants to talk about it, but I will. My favorite sport or my favorite team? No, all my teams are Los Angeles based. I did dip a little bit and jump on the I live up north now most of the time. And I did dip and jump on the Golden State bandwagon for a period of time. But I'm back with the Lakers. But I how could you not like that team? I bet while the Lakers were not doing that well, I'm sure you were probably rooting for Golden State too.
I'm always, what I will say this: I will always root for California teams. So I was never opposed. I was never opposed to Golden State. But I'm from California. I want California to win everything. I'm biased like that.
Yeah, there you go. There's a story here that says that they had promised LaMelo Ball. That's probably my favorite basketball player right now. He's 19 years old and he's lighting the league up. And he came through a very unconventional way. Didn't even do his senior year in high school. His dad was put him through unconventional shit, playing in Lithuania, then over here, then over there. Whatever it is, it's got him to, where he's obviously a superior player.
That
can play with anybody, but it says that the Warriors are going to pick him, and he would be a perfect fit, for Team Light Skin,
For real.
He'd be a perfect fit, but back to the Nets, they just stacked the deck. They just stacked the deck by adding Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
And
I'm listening.
No, I heard some commentators. I'm glad I don't watch cable anymore with those dudes talking about basketball nonstop and sports, man. They get on your nerves after a fucking while. I hate Stephen A. Smith, man. I just don't want to hear him talking and how demonstrative he is, because this is what needs to get done. I just can't stand it, man. It's like, shut the fuck up, man. Just give me the goddamn story, man, without all the fucking blur blah. Besides being a notorious coon. The owners are right and you black people are wrong, and you black people need to stay in your place. Basically what he says. That's basically his message. Stay in your place, and how dare you? How dare you? How the heck can you make a mistake when you're 23 years old and you've got $40 million at your disposal? How dare you? How can you make a mistake? These nice white people are providing a living for you like this. Yeah, I just don't care for him. I used to love him. I guess, familiarity breeds contempt. Isn't that what they say? Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. But
I like Stephen A. He doesn't bother me. I think he's a little eccentric. He's a little he always engages in hyperbole. But other than that, I find him to be just comical. Like that's what he is. He's that image that they want to portray. And like I said, as long as he's getting his paper and he's surviving and taking care of his family and his loved ones, I have no animosity towards the brother. I'm not a bigot, the biggest. I said bigot. I'm not the biggest advocate of Stephen A. But neither am I in opposition to his position. So as long as he's living life and having fun, what can I say?
Yeah, well, he just got on my nerves with this crap. But no, I think the Nets just almost cemented the championship by having Blake Griffin. And but they were talking about Blake Griffin isn't who he used to be, and he's still averaging 20 points a game. And I think if he were to be featured in any offense, um, he's not making the highlight reels because he doesn't dunk like he used to. Like in his few years with Detroit, he has 50 dunks as compared to 1,000 dunks before. Mm-hmm. But even Kobe did that. He stopped jumping up that, to make their career last.
It's hard on the knees, brother. It's real hard on the knees.
Yeah.
So, he already got paid. So if I'm not playing for a contender, why am I going to hurt myself where it may take me out the game? So I think he's going to do a little bit more with New Jersey because he's going to have the option and the opportunity to do that. Both James Harden.
Go ahead. He bought himself out of his contract.
Yeah, he wanted to win, bro. He wanted to be on TV. He wanted to be relevant. He was languishing in Detroit, So it's like I got paid. I don't mind. I got more than enough money. I know he's made over $200 million in his career. How much money do you need? I mean, you can live forever off that. I mean, for real, as long as you are wise and you know how to invest it.
He sat out his first year because he was injured. So I guess he's concerned about being injured. He's taking a hell of a gamble to get rid of to buy yourself out of a.
How much money? Okay, you know money. You know finance well. So how much money do you need? How much money do you need to live well? Really depends what your costs are. But man, once you over 5 or 10 million, you set. You never got to work.
I mean, I've learned to manage money pretty well too, and shop well. I mean, I can live a decent life, 10, 15,000 a month. I mean, extra nice and still help some people. I don't want it. There's not too much I want. Maybe upgrade things to get old.
Yeah.
I probably could use another computer or PC. Maybe do some traveling. I don't know. Yeah. No, it's more than money when it comes to people that you see achieving like that. And it's about winning. It's about winning. And the money is a byproduct of the victories.
Totally agree.
Yeah. It's a competitive thing, you're pushing yourself. And the money's just the byproduct.
I understand.
People with hundreds of millions of dollars aren't really doing it for the money.
I understand.
They want to win, and you're competing against other,
Yeah, it's
high value
competition. Everybody, I don't know everybody, but most people want to be the man. If I got 100, I'm trying to go for 2. If I got 2, I'm trying to get to 4. If I'm trying to get 4, I'm trying to become a billion. I'm trying to beat Elon Musk and Steve Jobs. I'm trying to be there. I'm trying to be that number 1 spot. I'm coming for you. I applaud all of them, and I think that's how people should think. I'm not like everybody wants a handout, and it's cool if you help people. I think people should help people. However, for the people who worked hard and got lucky and got there, I got nothing but accolades for you. I'm trying to learn what you know. I wish I could just get in the presence so we can have a dialogue. So I'm never opposed to people getting that money, man. And you never know what somebody else is going through, because a lot of times, I love to play basketball, and you would think, man, they don't have the same love that I do of the game. You may think that, but a lot of times people just got injuries, and it's hard to push through when you're hurting. I mean, I can only imagine. That's just what I think.
I hate pain.
Who doesn't?
I feel sorry for Tiger.
Man,
I know that he's in pain right now, and he's fighting the pain, and that's some painful shit, man. Compound fractures, and you imagine having to put pressure. He's probably up and taking some steps, but you forget all about him and the rehab that he's going through. He's probably in very early stages, and I'm concerned about him getting hooked on painkillers again.
I wonder what he's going through.
Man, it's gotta be hell.
Yeah, mentally, I wish I knew how he thought. He'd be a person that would probably, that's one thing about being in the celebrity limelight. It's kind of hard to be honest. I even see it, even on YouTube, a lot of these people that I interact with, they're not really honest. They don't tell you their real thoughts. Where I wondered how he deals with pressure. I think he has to have a high ability to deal with being in the spotlight because he's been in it his whole life. But I think sooner or later people have a breaking point, and I think that's what he must be dealing with. Is because
You can
everywhere he
handle
goes.
pressure. You can handle pressure. It's pain. That's just painful.
Okay, well, hopefully, in a couple of years, if they keep pushing the biotech like they have been pushing, you may be able to rectify all the situations that's happening in his body at this time. You know what I'm saying?
In the meantime, he's in pain.
Of course.
That shit has to hurt tremendously.
It does.
Not like stubbing your toe that hurts for 20 minutes or hurts for 5 minutes. You go ouch, 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 ouch. That's just major, major league pain. Did anybody ever threaten to kill you online?
Never. I hope not, but it wouldn't bother me anyway. Because truthfully, I'm not trying to push people's buttons like that. So I really try to hold in anything. Like I mess with people, but as soon as I find that somebody's getting offended, I'm gonna stop because there's no reason for me to bring pain to other people. It doesn't matter because we all see things differently. Like I try never to be an intellectual bully, and I try never to, like most people, not that just them, and I hope they don't get offended when I say this, but I find a lot of people's thoughts to be irrelevant. So it doesn't matter what you say about me. I don't get offended by anything people say. Really, I don't. It matters not. As long as I can eat and sleep, cool. I'm not going to bring you pain. Don't bring me pain. That's how I think. So hopefully nobody ever feels the need to want to hurt me. I hope not.
What are some of your favorite foods? You like macaroni and cheese?
I like lasagna, barbecue. I like steak. I like cauliflower and cheese. Eat it a lot. I like donuts. I like ice cream. I like lots of stuff. Pancakes. I love waffles. Mango, apples. I like lots of stuff.
Ooh.
Pizza. I like food, bro. It's weird because I think about food all the time, but I do a lot of intermittent fasting. So normally every day I eat like a ribeye steak, cauliflower and cheese. That's like my normal everyday thing. Usually Monday through Friday. I usually eat like once a day. But weekend I go a little not wild, but I'll eat a donut or some pizza. And
you don't deny yourself if you got a taste or something. I've got experience fasting. I've been on some long-term water fast. I need to do one. I need to do one now.
Kind of, I really care about my health and I care about how I look. I want to look great with my shirt off. So I'm always conscious of what I'm eating or how much I'm working out and how much I'm sleeping. So I don't just eat everything. So Nikki says I like jerky. That's your favorite food, Nikki? Jerky?
Yeah, high in sodium. My brother liked jerky.
Barbecue is my favorite. I like barbecue. Barbecue and lasagna. Oh, I love lasagna.
In fact, he liked jerky so much, he learned how to make it. Take a brisket. Oh, when he made it was delicious. Take a brisket and smoke it for a couple days. Yeah, you got a nice dry piece of meat.
Yeah. I'm a gourmet when it comes to eating. I'm not a gourmet when it comes to cooking. I keep it basic. I try to get in and out real quick. I love food. I'm thinking about food right now. I think about, I can't wait till it's time to eat. I always love it. And I have to eat until I'm done. I just keep eating. So, but because I eat like once a day, I never really worry about it.
I've been eating lately and I like all kinds. I like fancy foods too and international foods. I really like, Asian cuisines. I like a lot of different types of foods.
I do too. I like going to different restaurants and trying new things. It's really quite fun.
Those were the days.
Yeah.
Well, now the restaurants come to me.
Yeah.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
But I've been making little slider cheeseburgers at home. And God,
like White Castle types?
Well, the burger, the patty itself is bigger than White Castle. You take a little patty and you make, whatever, 4 or 5 or 6 of them. And you get that little cheap white bread, those little buns, the ones you get for $1.29. Some relish and some ketchup and a piece of American cheese after you cook the patty.
Okay.
And, man, that's been the taste. You have to have the relish. If it doesn't have the relish, then the relish is important. But to me, that's just lately it's been the tastiest thing ever.
So let me ask you a question. Like I eat like the same thing every day. Anybody who knows me will say, Charles, they know what I'm gonna eat like clockwork. Do you eat the same thing, or you have a variety of foods you eat?
Lately, since I haven't been since I've been shopping from Instacart,
Mm-hmm.
I've just been hitting the buy it again shit, the
I
buy it
understand.
again tab, and then I shop with the person while they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been eating. I eat. I don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I don't. Sometimes I feel like cooking, but not often. I really feel like cooking. I
Mm-hmm.
will cook.
Mm-hmm.
I made a big pot of lentils the other day. That was good. I didn't know that I could make them that well, but I did.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I like salami and Swiss cheese sandwiches on wheat bread, and I get the squeezed mayonnaise, so you don't even have to bother with opening the mayonnaise and putting the spoon in it and what.
I understand.
It costs a little more, but you squeeze some out and throw. You could actually make the sandwich with just with the refrigerator open. It's some bachelor shit.
I understand. Me, I don't mind cooking. I like steak. I like ribeye steak, and I eat a ribeye
I
steak or a
really,
New York strip steak like every day. Or some bacon. I like bacon. I get
I
thick
like
cut
steak.
bacon. Oh yeah, I love steak. I like it to be juicy, and I just
Oh,
devour it. And I tell
another.
you, for people, if Whole Foods is by where you live, Whole Foods has the best steaks. I'm just letting people know. Some people don't know it.
Costco's got some pretty good steaks, and Whole Foods
Ain't,
probably has good steaks. But Whole
ain't
Foods
nothing
is
like
all.
Whole Foods, brother. Trust me. If you got Amazon Fresh and they can deliver and the Whole Foods in your area, just get some of the Whole Food steaks. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're probably right.
Nikki says I love T-bone. You need to have you see, once you become a steak connoisseur and you've had a good ribeye steak, you ain't gonna want T-bone or sirloin anymore. Those are different type of cuts. I'm telling you,
I used to eat
ribeye.
sirloin. I can't eat that shit now. Give that to the cat. Feed that shit to my fish.
Yeah, a lot of people. It's like drinking whiskey. Once you had a good whiskey, once you get to the Elijah Craig barrel proof bourbon whiskey, then you be like,
Every
man, you don't want to go
everything I
back.
like, everything I like is high end. That I really like, and yeah, I'd rather
Yeah,
eat the little cheap, the little simple hamburgers than try to eat a sirloin steak. But porterhouse is a good cut if you feel like dealing with the bone because one part is the New York strip steak, and then
yeah,
the other part is the filet mignon.
yeah.
Filet mignon is probably my favorite cut, but it's so expensive. It's so damn tender. That's what I get when I go out to the steakhouse.
I understand. I mean, people like what they like. My favorite cut, I like New York strip steaks and ribeyes the most.
I
Everything else
buy
is cool.
when I
I
buy
like
steaks,
steak
I buy the
steaks.
strip steak. I buy the strip steak so that I'm not paying for the bone.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah. They
I
got
buy
bone
the
in ribeye and ribeye without the bone. I mean, it's man, I need to go. I need to go hunting because meat is so expensive. Um,
they got
two
them
good
on
ribeye.
they
Go
got
ahead.
them
I'm
on
listening.
sale. Oh, they got them on sale this week for the
Pamela.
market that I would go. That I don't normally shop there through Instacart, but I can. But I think it's $5.97 a pound. Sometimes they're as low as $3.99. I haven't seen them when they're $3.99 a pound. The New York strip steaks, I'll buy like
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 of the family pack.
Mm-hmm.
Put one in the refrigerator and a couple in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, wow. And well, I really like when I get those steaks on sale like that. I'll make a pepper steak, but make pepper steak with like a lot of garlic and the different colored peppers. The orange one, the yellow one, the red one, and the green one.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a cool thing to do. Those colored peppers are cool. They make everything. Uh, you make things taste good. They help things to taste good, and it's good for the presentation.
You know, it's crazy that to eat healthy is so expensive. Uh, it's just really, really expensive to eat healthy. Like, man, I think I spend per day at least $30 to $40 on eating, and that's stuff I buy and cook myself. You know, it's crazy because it,
Going to
that's how
Whole
much it
Foods,
costs.
Whole Foods isn't cheap.
It is not cheap, bro. But I like to eat well. You know, I'm like, man, I need to turn. I'm, I need to eat cheap, and I could probably save a lot more money. But I like eating good. And I don't really. I can't say I don't waste money, but I've been toning down my extravagant expenses, stop buying stuff that I don't need. But like sneakers, I got a sneaker fetish. I'm trying to turn it off.
Right, right.
And
Yeah,
game,
I don't need another pair. I wear the same pair all the time.
Prime, bro. But if you
I got boxes of them because I buy them on sale.
I've been, yeah, it's a great way to do. I've been inculcated, since we glad to spend money on these things. And now I know that if I want to be wealthy, I need to stop doing that, get my money to work for me. So I'm practicing it. Charles, don't do it. Stop it, Charles. Stop it. But it's once that tells you how much how culture, environment, you think that you're oblivious to your surroundings, but sooner or later you're affected by the people that are
You
near
know,
you.
you don't
Go
like
ahead, bro.
you don't like some of the simple things sometimes, like some cornflakes with a little sugar
Hmm.
on them.
Hmm.
I still like that.
um Yeah, I don't not eat like so. I'll eat anything. I just try not to make it regular. So if I was somebody and they want to go McDonald's, I eat McDonald's. I eat a sausage egg McMuffin with cheese. I don't have a problem with a McDonald's burrito. It just won't happen every month or every couple
Right.
of months. But I'm not gonna stop living because I'm trying to be a certain way, and that's what I think other people should do. I think people should just figure out, control yourself. Don't not have fun. Don't not enjoy your life, but don't go overboard with it where you have to worry about your health. Like I can tell people so many things, but I'm not trying to change your belief, your ideology. I want you to do what you want to do. So if you like to drink a beer every day, by all means, I'm with you. I wish I could drink a beer every day. I want to sometimes, but I have so many things to do, and I want to sleep and I want to work out, so I can't always do it. But if by occasion I have some downtime and a friend comes by and they want to drink a beer or we can hang out, when we can hang out again, I'll do it. I don't know what's right for people. That's what amazes me. So many people get on here spilling what you should be doing. I don't know what you should be doing. Slap yourself on the
Hey,
booty is what you do
you
with
do what
Gasoline.
works for you. Look
Yeah,
at the
do what works for you.
look at the people in the Frosted Flakes. They're great. I get the
They
bootleg
are.
Frosted Flakes from the store where you'd have to look at this. Hold on a second. Now they're responding to the conversation. You talk about food. Everyone's got something to say.
Yeah,
Let's hear what someone said. I've been hooked on this restaurant, Waikiki Hawaiian Barbecue. I get the spam
that's
musubi
Nikki, my co-host.
and macaroni salad. They say liking to get it 3 days in a row. Yeah, that's liking something. That's liking something. Yeah, I eat frosted. I eat flakes. I eat the bootleg. When I say the bootleg flakes, the the store brand,
Mm-hmm.
$1.69. Mushrooms and onions on the T-bone.
I say that's one thing I can say. I really love eating, and people don't know how much I love to eat. Man, it's a place by my house, a donut shop called Sidecar. Who is delicious, and it's bakery, the Torrance Bakery. Man, they got these maple cookies. Oh, they're delicious. I wish people could come to Los Angeles sometime and just try some of the delicacies they have out here.
When I
A lot of people don't
when
know.
I, when I stayed in Torrance, I found some cool places to eat.
Man, there's some great places to eat out here, man. That's the problem. Like, it's probably cheaper to live other places, but man, it's just so much to do out here. And there's so many things to experience. It's some fun, and I ain't never not had fun out here. Even during a lockdown, it's something to do. I just think life is great, man. I always wonder how other people are living.
So
I'm always wondering. Go ahead.
no, I should drive straight down the street, go to Redondo Beach, and go to Tony's for like a late lunch, and it's
Hmm.
empty. It would be
Hmm.
empty a long time ago. It'd be empty for like a couple of people in there.
Hmm.
One of my favorite restaurants. This goes back some years. It closed down. I don't know why it closed down, but I looked it up online. And it has like a memorial page where people talk about how much they liked it. It was the Black Whale in Marina Del Rey on Washington, and they came with the seafood.
Mm.
They came with it. You could pick your lobster out. Another
Hmm.
place I used to like to go that hasn't been in business, and it's called the Boston Half Shell.
Hmm.
It's another place where you can pick out your lobster. Let me tell you my new thing I like to do. There's a whole bunch of videos and people that go foraging along the coast in different places, a lot of them in
Hmm.
California. And they catch lobsters and crabs and scallops, and then they cook the shit, and then they eat it right there. And some of them do it in real simple type of conditions. When I say simple, the guy will make a fire, have his pot, he'll catch a couple of lobsters. They're happy when they catch a lobster. They go, yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes. And they'll get some scallops. They got to dig in the ground and some clams. And they clean them up, the crabs, and then they'll boil them in seawater, boil them in salt water, um, And I know lobster, you don't really need that drawn butter. That stuff has a flavor all on its own, but it's really fun to watch. There's also Chinese fishermen that don't speak English, and
Mm.
they get a big wok and they catch stuff that they'll catch an octopus, crabs, lobsters, some shrimps, and they'll throw them in that wok. They'll throw them in the wok with some onions and some garlic. They do it real fast. They put the oil in there and they're going, yeah, 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 and they're talking real fast and everything, not speaking any type of English. But and then they eat the octopus, man. You watch them bite the octopus head off. Well, they made that octopus look so good. I went and bought some. I went and bought some, and I'm not crazy about octopus. I'm really not crazy about it. I can't eat it, but I bit into that baby octopus the head, man. I just spit that shit out. I was like, what the hell? They make it look so good. It's really not that good. It's really kind of weird, man. It's really kind of weird. I bit into it and I got them right. I I ate one of the eyes, and the other eye was still there. So I knew I ate two eyes. I know I ate one of the eyes because I was chewing it. The thought of the eye being in my mouth, it just made me just spit it out. But the lobster's good.
you know,
The lobster's good.
have you ever heard the theory that octopus could most likely be aliens? You ever heard that theory?
No.
Okay, but I'm trying to be a conspiracist. Let you have that theory. Look it up. Yeah, I've had an octopus before. It was good. Or squid. I don't know which one it was. Can't really remember.
Squid's different. There's an abundance of squid. Calamari.
Teach me something.
Calamari. Calamari is squid.
Okay.
It's an Italian word for squid. Doesn't sound as gross.
I did not know.
Yeah, you didn't know that? You didn't know the calamari was squid?
A lot of stuff I don't know. I don't act like I know.
I like now you know.
Now I know. I'll do some research to validate that, but I'll take your word for it.
No, you're not taking my word for it if you have to validate it.
Well, you know what? You should always look it up. You should always look it up.
Trust but verify.
There you go. There you go. Doesn't mean I'm not taking your word. I just need to verify. Okay, so I that's one thing that amazes me with people. Like if something like it's cool. Like I trust everyone, but I trust no one. So I don't want to say I know something if I haven't did the research. But once I've done the research, then I can say accurately that I know something. I can say, big homie told me this, but just because you told me this doesn't mean I know what I was talking about. So I rather know what I'm talking about before I start talking about it. So I'm gonna say, hey, calamari is squid, which it probably is. I think I've Mon Calamari, Star Wars, it looked like a squid. There you go. I hear you, but I haven't did the research before. I never even had any interest in knowing what calamari was. I didn't care. I don't care about it a lot. It's funny. That's my flaw. I care not a lot about stuff. I don't care. Big homie put calamari is squid or octopus, although it's quite common to confuse the two. Calamari is actually squid. One simple way to distinguish between a dish made with squid and one made with octopus is, you gotta continue, but I was enjoying reading what you wrote.
It ran out of letters. You can only put 200 letters.
I understand.
200 words, or must be letters.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Letters.
Nikki says it was cool. I like to try it again though. I'm down to try whatever.
Octopus, and it was one tentacle. Oh, I guess one tentacle could be. It could still be octopus. Usually they eat it cold.
Mm-hmm.
They eat it cold. Preferably, I like king crab legs and shrimp cocktail, and of course it's good hot and dipped in butter and everything. But I like that shit cold with some cocktail sauce and some lemon juice.
You ever been to the boiling crab? You ever heard of that? The boiling crab?
I haven't.
The boiling crab is the name of the restaurant. You should try it.
Where is it?
All over in Los Angeles.
Huh.
Got a couple of them.
I've been to Killer Shrimp.
Okay.
There's the boiling crab. I haven't heard of the boiling crab.
Google it. The boiling crab.
We ate crabs a lot when I was a kid. My folks were into crabs, and we lived back east for a while. They would get a whole bushel of crabs, throw them in the tub, and cook them. And so I'm familiar with the crab experience. But crabs are a lot of work, man.
They are.
You got to do a lot of digging. But I definitely remember crabs. I remember my grandmother would eat the stuff nobody else would eat. You open the crab up, you get rid of the gills, and there's roe. What it is I guess it's eggs and some other stuff. and she would take a teaspoon. She would take a teaspoon and eat it, but she's from South Carolina where she knew that it was good, and we used to sit and watch her eat it. Like here, save it for grandma. She'll eat it. Nobody else would eat that shit though.
Hmm. I'm down to try. I'm a person that I would try whatever. So it doesn't matter what food somebody wants me to try. I try it once because I don't know if I'm gonna like it until I try it. And once I've tried it, then I can say good or bad. Some people got like, "Oh, I'm not gonna eat that. No, I'm gonna eat it. I don't. Charles, this is a dog. Sure, I'll try it. I don't have a problem.
I'm
Because you
gonna
never
say something. I'm gonna say something completely random.
go for it.
So when I was a kid, remember you get about 5 and 6 years old and your teeth start getting loose, right?
Yes.
And it's like a major thing in your life. Like
Hmm.
my tooth is loose, and
Yes.
you wiggle it and wiggle it and you wiggle
Hmm.
it, and then it wiggles a little more. It wiggles a little more. Well, my mother said, "Well, just keep wiggling it. Just keep wiggling it." Oh wow,
Hmm.
okay. So we were gonna go to grandma's house that weekend. She said, "Whatever you do, don't show grandma your loose tooth."
Hmm.
And you said, he's like, okay. I mean, you want to think why? She said, just listen to me and don't show grandma your loose tooth. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hmm.
I was like, okay. So my mother dropped us off over there, and me being I was kind of hard headed, I guess. I was like, Grandma, I got a loose tooth.
Yeah.
I got a loose tooth. She said, oh, really, baby? Come here, let me see. She puts her finger on it and she snatches that motherfucker out with her finger. She presses down on it and she
Hmm.
just jerks it, and the tooth pops out and it starts bleeding. You're like, oh shit, what the
Hmm.
fuck? What the fuck? I was like, that's why she told me don't show grandma your tooth.
Yeah. Hey.
Apparently she did everybody like that. She did all her kids. She's like, let me see. Let me see. She just go ahead and pull it out.
She had a little mean streak to her.
I don't know if that was mean. Is that mean or
It
just like,
was a little mean. It would have fell out on his own. You had to do that.
yeah, fuck
Sometimes
you,
people
girl.
get a little pain. They get a little pleasure from causing other people pain. It is what it is.
It hurt and it bled.
Yeah.
Another
It fell
time I
out.
had another time I had a loose tooth, and I was wiggling it and wiggling it, and I
Mhm.
wiggled it, and it got all the way loose. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm pulling it out."
Hmm.
So I pulled the tooth out, and then I started working on the one next to it.
Hmm.
And before you know it, I pulled that one out. I said, "I
Hmm.
better stop. I'm not gonna have any fucking teeth left."
Yeah. That's one thing I can kind of remember. I think I was happy to get my tooth out and, just I knew my parents were gonna give me some money for it, put it under the pillow. I lost my teeth, I put it under the pillow. I knew they was giving it to me though, but that was fun. I used to like that. Come back, have a $5 bill. Yeah, that was great.
$5.
Yeah, I had cool parents. That
And you
should have been
did.
more.
Yeah.
I thought it was
No,
great.
that's a fortune.
I thought it was great.
I'm a little older than you.
Yeah, I had
A
cool
little older
parents.
than you. Yeah, they sound pretty cool.
Somewhat. They're really cool. But I just think that when I reflect on life, your parents can only do the best they can do. So I appreciate them for all that they did do. It's fantastic. I wouldn't be who I was without some of their influences and the freedoms that they allowed me to learn.
Could have dropped your ass off at the fire department.
That's true. So I think that blessed, bro. I'm blessed to be who I am.
I definitely think so. You can tell. You know what? You run into a lot of people on these YouTube streets. When they start to telling their stories, you're like,
Mhm.
oh, this person right here is unloved.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a good. I wanted to go there. That's a good
This,
conversation.
this
That's
person
really
is
good.
this person never knew their father,
Yeah.
or their father was in prison or didn't claim him, and this person was unloved. And
That's
you
why we have
see
so many.
and you see the way they act overall,
Mhm.
and their lack of care and concern for people or empathy or anything like that. I mean, I show it all the time, but I have it.
Mhm.
Uh, no, and I've made videos on them. I'm like, you unloved SOB.
Mhm.
I understand why you are the way that you are.
So you better than me. I don't really have like I try to have empathy, but like I love people. Like I don't look at somebody and I'm not totally disgusted by anyone. I could be disgusted by people's actions, but I try to say something happened for them to become that. I mean, it's sometimes it can be innate, but most likely something traumatic or the lack of love of other people led them down this road. So I'm always trying to show compassion and understanding the people from whatever demographic they come from, because I don't know you. I'm not here to hate you. Everybody can generalize, and I'm good at, I can say, all this group does this, but I always try to treat people individualistically. I try to say, that's you, that's not them. But too many people want to project all their pain on what they experience on the whole group, and that's a negative thing to do, and you can't get better by that. I'm gonna have a little quick soliloquy. It's a discussion with us, but it's
Go ahead.
what it is. I find so many people to be.
We done fucked around and found a topic you got an interest in. That's good.
I ain't gonna go that long. I'm gonna go real short. I just find so many people that they want to be influenced. They want to influence people, but they're negative. So how could you talk about you from positivity when all you do is fight other people and call them names and disrespect them, but you want to uplift the community? To me, that's not it's not congruent. So I try to, like, a lot of brothers and some sisters, but I'm not. It's they. You talk about having a better world, but are you creating dissension? I don't see any unity or cohesion with it. So it's like, man, I wish you could love your brother or love your sister, but if you see your sister or brother as an enemy, how you ever gonna win? And I see everybody as someone who's capable of being an ally or a loved one. You know what I mean? And everybody can do something that is untrustworthy, but you have to learn to trust some people sometime in some way. Like I say, I trust everyone, but I trust no one. Meaning, I understand we're all human and we can all fall flat or make mistakes. So I don't take anything people do personal, because that's their own issues that they got to deal with. That's all I got to say, man. I could keep going on, but I want you to feel free to interject, because I'm real passionate about trying to have dialogues with people that, you can, like, for me, you can curse, you can say what you want to say to me. I'm not going to ever get mad at you. I don't care how you speak or what words you use, but me, I'm going to try my best never to use words that are going to denigrate somebody else or belittle somebody else. Not saying that you're not stupid, because you are, but I'm joking. But in general, I want people to feel welcome, and I want them to never feel that they can't express themselves when they converse with me. And I think too many people, in my opinion, all you want is an echo chamber, but they're not into critical analysis or open thinking or open dialogue with people. You want people to think monolithically, and that doesn't resonate with me, because I don't think like you. I think I'm a student and I can always learn. I could be totally wrong, but I'm not going to tell you that you don't know, because you may know some information that I don't know. Like, I didn't know calamari was squid. I learned that today. I'm telling you, I'm so ignorant that I feel blessed that my big brother, my big homie Beasley, can bless me with some knowledge that I didn't know. And that's how I feel about everyone. I don't care if it's a child or as an elder or who. I'm willing to listen to you, and I'm always going to show you love as a humanity. It doesn't matter what I think. I'm going to try to love you. So let's get on. I done got deep for a second, but I'm done with that. Go ahead, brother, if you want to speak. Do you want to speak? Feel free to speak. Talk if you want. Interrupt me. But if not, I'll keep going, because I'm good at this. I'm joking. You there, big homie? I'm waiting for him to respond, but it must like he walked away. But okay, since he's not here and not dialoguing with me, when he comes back, he can talk.
I'm here.
Okay.
I muted myself by my headset instead of.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been talking and interrupting you and everything.
No, feel free.
This is after years of interacting with these people, and then I noticed some of the tendencies that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And then, one of them had a father that was a drug addict,
Mm-hmm.
and a mother that, the mother was probably a drug addict too at one point, because
Mhm.
birds of a feather flock together. Kind of like like Bobby and Whitney.
Yeah.
They've
get
been
it.
together, and
Mhm.
I come from a sector of YouTube that's not as human as nice as you are. It's actually called the roast sector, where
I know.
yeah, it's pretty brutal, man. I mean, it's pretty brutal.
I get it.
It's pretty brutal, but I noticed these things about these dudes,
Mhm.
and then the light came on. And I was
Mhm.
like, wow, this is what they have in common. And I just realized how fortunate I am to have had biological parents and step parents and grandparents and uncles that genuinely took an interest in you,
Mhm.
genuinely took an interest and cared, and were there to pick you up when you stumbled,
Yeah.
were there to chastise you, um, were there to chastise you, a number of things, number of things. And a lot of people don't have that.
I agree. I mean,
A lot of people don't have that,
one thing I'm blessed with, I got.
or never had that.
Yeah.
And you're at such an advantage of having been loved
Mm-hmm.
cared for, and parents that I had pretty good parents too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when my mother was single for a period, it's like we lived in New York City because they're from there. We took a break from California, but I went to this camp in North Carolina. I was like 5 or 6 years old because I guess I was an intense little dude to deal with. So she
Mm-hmm.
sent me away so she could deal with my brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
But I would go to this sleepaway camp where I'd be the youngest camper, where
Mm-hmm.
we went through mountains and this and that and all kinds of stuff. But just that's quite an experience for a young dude. 5 years old. And you're really on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You're really on your own. You don't have to brush your teeth if you forget. For a month or whatever, a week. I mean, and I always wondered as I got older, like, because you wouldn't do that these days. You wouldn't send your 5-year-old or your 6-year-old kid out
Mm-hmm.
to some sleepaway camp with strangers.
Well,
Even
I think because the world has changed, but if you have a good network, you would not like part of a Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts group or part of a coalition of something. You might.
we did that too when we got older. It was 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I guess your folks just need a break from you.
Of course, I'm just being honest. I'm not a parent, but I understand it. We all need a break. I know a lot of people when this whole pandemic happened, they had to stay home with their kids, and they were saying it was driving them crazy. You know what I mean? Because
divorce or domestic violences.
Mm-hmm.
Where the second camp, where the Big Bear Ranger, it was a Y camp.
Mm-hmm.
It was up in Big Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so first you got to get used to the air, and then the animals and the different things. Yes, it's a good experience. Some kids never get that experience.
Yeah, that's why you have so many bitter people, man. A lot of people are just angry, man, and a lot of people's ideology messes them up. The way they think the world should be, the way they think men should be and women should be, and that's why you hear this toxic masculinity, toxic femininity, all these things because their expectations are not getting met. They didn't have it growing up, so they don't know how to be it, and then they try to shape the world into the world they want, but they're not positive people. So how can you be negative and have positivity in your life? You can't be. It doesn't make sense. They repel each other, in a way.
I don't know how she convinced me into it when I was 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I was 6, I wanted to go. But as I got older, and like the camp was 14 and 15, I was a CIT a counselor at the camp. I didn't want to go. And I damn sure didn't want to stay 12 weeks. We stayed the whole damn summer. But I mean, that's one way. I guess that's one way I never got into a gang or anything like that. I would have
never. I'm not a follower. Like if people do stuff that I think that it's not beneficial, or I see no benefit from it. Like I see no positive outcome. I'm not going to associate with it.
Yeah,
a lot of friends that gang bang, but to me, it makes sense.
I'm not a follower either. Plus,
I
know I get the holy shit beat out of me if I did some dumbass shit.
I think that's my problem on YouTube. I'm not a good minion. I'm not a good follower. I'm not even in the military. I'd have a little bit too much insubordination. I think. I mean, I'm good at following instructions, but it made sense what we were doing. But I think everybody has a voice, and it's weird to me when I see people hop on panels and they think, I've been doing it longer, so I should speak more. When you're a man, just like the next man's a man, or you're a woman, just like the next woman's a woman. Everybody should have equal voice, unless I get it if it's quote unquote your panel, or your page. But other than that, I just don't get it, man. I don't. Some of the quote unquote the homage that people pay to people to me is silly because if you listen to their rhetoric, and this is no disrespect to anyone,
there's flaws. There's flaws.
Yeah, from when I'm hearing you speak, you're not deserving of the admiration.
They intelligent and have opinions and stuff, but I'm a critical thinker. I'm looking to see, I'm fact checking you in my mind.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's too much. I think it's too much venom, especially for people who are trying to build, man. And there's nothing wrong with joking and going at each other if that's what you choose to do. But no matter what anybody says to me, I don't. I never. You curse me all you want. I'm not going to reciprocate that because it's irrelevant. You know, it doesn't matter. Call me any name you want. I'm cool. I'm telling you, I'm oblivious. I get it. It's for entertainment purposes. I guess it's good to be triggered and have beefs, but I don't feel like that.
It's not really good to be triggered. And it's not good to be triggered. I got triggered yesterday, and I don't normally get triggered. I stay cool. But I got triggered, and I said some pretty offensive stuff, but I wasn't bothered. No, I said probably some of the most horrible shit you could say.
I believe you. I know you.
They were going, stop! No!
People say some of the horrible. I happen, like, I listen to stuff sometimes, and I just hear people say some of the most craziest, disrespectful stuff, and it's like, man, that's crazy. Like, it's this bravery behind the internet is amazing to me, you know, in real life. But I guess if people feel safe, this buffer, and I'm not going to ever engage in that. There's no reason to.
I don't think what I said yesterday I would ever say to anybody's face.
Yeah,
I'd be better off just socking them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet because I'm worse than I don't want no problem with no one.
Why say that shit and wait for them to attack you? You just better off just go ahead and punch them.
Yeah, but I don't even play, man. I listen because I'm about to go biased. No offense to anyone, but I'm a man and I try to support men. I try to support all men, black men. I try to support us, right? But a lot of times when I try to support the brothers, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. And you guys are fighting, disrespecting each other over just ideology, just over a thought process. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy. You know, I don't care if you want to be married or single. I don't care if you want to have 0 kids or 20 kids. I don't care if you want to go to Ireland and find your wife or find your wife in Texas. Do you? But a lot of people hate people for what they do. It's man, people have freedom of speech. People have the freedom to think the way they want to think. And yeah, do you? I don't know. That's the advice I would give to everybody. Do you? I don't care if you like to play video games like I do. I don't care if you think you're real serious and you got to be in a suit with a tie, talking about this is how you should dress. That's on you. I'm not knocking anyone for what they want to do.
It made a song about it a long time ago. I remember when I was a kid, and it made sense to me. Do your thing. Do what you want to do.
Yeah,
Isaac Brothers. I can't tell you who to sock it to.
Yeah, it's amazing that people just, I guess, emotionalism is the new norm. Getting offended by everything. I don't believe he said that to me. You gonna let me speak? It's just crazy to me. And I gotta go. I was watching a video. I'm not gonna say who it is, but it was a man and a woman talking, and a woman said, "Well, I guess we're gonna agree to disagree." And the man said, "We're not gonna disagree. We're not gonna agree to disagree." I'm like, huh? How you gonna tell somebody else they're not gonna disagree with you? It was weird to me. It blew my mind. You're not gonna agree to disagree. What does that mean? So I can't disagree with you? And that's
it means fuck you. I'm gonna make you argue with me whether you want to or not.
If people watch certain people, you would know who I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna say no names, and it's because I don't ever want to use other people's names to get people to pay attention to what I'm saying. But it's how you gonna tell somebody they can't disagree with you? It's weird. That's like some people really got super control issues and they don't realize it. Where you say you want people to be free and be American, but you want people to think just like you. You want this monolithic thought process. You gotta like this. Because you're black, you gotta like hip hop and you gotta play basketball. And so hold on, you know, what if I don't want to do that? What if I like rock and roll and I want to play soccer? Then you're not black. It's weird to me. The thoughts people have. You know, I gotta know every hip hop song and say this term that you using. But if I don't use it, you know, you're not one of us. You're one of them. It's weird to me the way people think. The thought processes of other people blow me away. You know. I will never understand you people. Perplex me. I'm a weirdo, but you guys are weird, man, because you don't have to agree with me for me to talk to you. You could, you know, it's just weird to me the way people think, man. Like it's so illogical. Even at war, if two countries go to war and they shoot and they kill each other, sooner or later, Kenny just said this, how are you going to deny a truce? You got to have a truce because if not, you're going to not exist. So you can't always have beef. But some people think, I'm never going to stop. Okay, go ahead. Rambo said it's never over. And it was still over at the end. Remember Rambo First Blood? It was never over. The best movie ever. I'm joking. One of them.
I've had long-term nasty beefs on here that people have refused to squash. No, fuck that. I'm getting you, motherfucker. So one dude told me it's on for life. I'm like, life?
Yeah, but that you guys have an armistice, or you guys have you stop warring. You just stay on your side, I stay on my side. That's what happens. You know what I mean?
Leave them alone for months.
You leave them alone. That's what an armistice is.
You know, one of my long-term enemies,
Hmm.
who I've been fighting for 4 years, who really crossed me and really did foul shit, really tried to turn the whole. You know, I can take it though, because I don't mind me against the world. Tried to
Hmm.
turn the whole area and sector against me, and I just like waiting my way through it and take jabs and shots at him and then crippling punches. Well, you know, he ended up in prison. He's in,
Wow.
he's in prison right now.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. He spoke real intelligently, but he had like this incredible record, a long ass record for domestic violence, all kind of shit. And I put all of that shit out there because he kept talking shit, you know. About,
I,
yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, he kept going, wouldn't stop. I'm like, I put it all out there, and I named him. His name is Chris. I named him Crime Wave Chris.
that's why I don't engage in none of that, bro. I ain't got like
I don't want to engage in it. I don't want to do it no more. But people keep bringing it to me.
you can stay away. You're doing pretty good, I think. But, you know, I ain't got nothing negative to say about nobody. What I would tell people is just to do you. You don't get into it with nobody because it's not that serious, and let people live their life. And if you're gonna talk about people, expect people to talk about you. So my
Yeah,
best thing is to never really talk about people. Like even for views, I try to shy away from using people's names to get people to click on it. I mean, it's easy to pick a popular topic and talk about it, but there should be more substance to it. Like what I want is I'd rather hear about how you think than hear about what Meghan Markle is doing. And I'm not saying that can't be interesting to people if we can use it to start a discussion, but we can just start a discussion about anything that people want. Like what's most important to most people. I think money is the most important thing to most people, and
man,
happiness and
money.
procreation.
You know what? I just tell my niece that just the other day. I said, at the end of the day, your friends are going to come and go. They'll be there. You know, a lot of them are going to disappoint you. They're not going to be there for you like you would be there for them.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, the money ain't the only thing that matters, but it should be very important.
It's very important because you can't survive without money. I mean, I think about it a lot. It's man, how many people? I don't know other people, but if your car blew up, could you afford to just pay cash for a car? Most people can't. You got to get a loan. That means you don't have enough money. You know what I mean? If you don't have a job and you're waiting for a stimulus check, you ain't got enough money. And this because the system is flawed. And a lot of people will argue. I'm for against capitalism. I'm not going to get into that because I can really get into that. But most people don't look at we accept the system because we can't change it. But a lot of people the house pricing is outrageous. When they can 3D print a house for $6,000 or $7,000 and make it nice for anyone tomorrow, but they're not going to do it. Why? For greed. So I don't even get into that. You know, and people argue it, but the life will
Man,
never be fair. Life will never be fair. But
I
just
see
trying
some
to.
of those. I see some of those mini homes they make
Mhm,
out of like storage containers,
mhm.
and I'm thinking I can live in that.
Yeah,
I can live in that, and
yeah.
it'd be nice to live in one in the woods. You know,
Mhm.
one in the
But
woods where I
it's
could
so
get
much.
my yeah,
It's so much cost to live though. You gotta pay for light, gas, electricity. You gotta pay for food. You gotta pay for insurances. You gotta furnish the place, and you gotta maintain repairs. So if you're not a renter, if you're an owner, you gotta pay property taxes. So a lot of stuff that people really don't think about because they never had to deal with a home. Toilet go out, stuff get plugged up,
or
sink
have
get
it pressed through
clogged.
the J, and you got to pay for it.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm always.
Charles is now frozen. Please unfreeze Charles. Unfreeze
Oh,
Charles.
okay, I unfroze. It's just that I don't have the answers, bro. And I'm always trying to just, I think about money so much. Like sometimes I want to just talk about it. Like I always tell people, because you can't do incremental investing, put $1 into something that you like, be it Apple, be it Tesla. Like you don't have to try to find the new penny stock ain't nobody heard of. Put your money in the safe bets. Put your money in stuff that you know is going to grow. I'm telling you, on the planet Earth, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Nike, Disney, some of the best companies on the planet. You put your $1 in there, I bet you in 3 years you have $3. I'm just telling you, maybe four, and maybe more than that. But most people don't even think like that, and they're so scared to even try to get in the market because they think it's crazy. But until the whole system falls, it's there. You know, I don't care what you believe about crypto, good or bad. Put $1 into crypto and see what happens. Just $1, you waste $1 on some bubble gum. Waste $1 on crypto. You know what I mean? Don't you want to see a dollar turn into 3 people? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like Kenya for the Entrepreneur Drive. I'm not going to create a product that you want to go buy that I can think of. You know what I can make the happy stick. Got one of those. I sell it for $99.99 if you want to buy one. But other than that, it's better for me to invest in your business because I can see a profit. I know somebody gonna buy some Air Jordans. I know somebody's gonna buy a Nintendo. I know somebody gonna buy some food. I know that somebody wants a Tesla. I know that somebody wants a Mustang. I know that somebody wants some liquor. You know, so you put your money in stuff that you know people are going to need. Now it can fluctuate up and down, but still, if somebody's gonna next, I'm telling you, I put some money that there's gonna be more than 1 million iPhones sold October, November, brand new one. I put some money on it, unless they stop making them. Anybody want to bet me on that? Bet me $50. So it tells you where you put your money at. It's simple.
Yeah, there'll be at least 1 million people that wait in line.
I'm using the example that like I don't always want to talk about finance. You know, just like I hear all these dudes. I'm gonna make a joke. I get into arguments when dudes start talking about women. And listen, every woman is individual. All people want the same thing. You want to be safe. You want somebody to care for you. But as far as what somebody likes, you don't know. You can generalize, but you don't know. So a lot of, well, I'm sorry, I need to stay off of that. But I got a problem when people try to say how, like, I hear so many conversations. It just makes me laugh.
Gross generalizations.
It bothers me, bro.
I have a big problem with gross generalizations. You know them Asians. They're like this, huh? Now there's some things that maybe fit because most Asians don't drive too well. But other than that, you know,
I'm not co-signing that.
There's no.
I do understand it.
I'll go out on a limb and say most Asians don't drive very well.
So, let me ask you a question.
I've watched some Asians do some really interesting things, and you know, they make all types of generalizations about black people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, black people this, black people that. I think it depends on the socioeconomic status of the black person, but even well-to-do black people and lower rung or lower socioeconomic black people, we all talk in the movies, man. There's just no way around it, man. Niggas will talk in the movies, man. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter how much money they have, they talk in the movies. And for the most part, white people really can't dance. They don't have any fucking sense of rhythm, man. But other than that, you can't make real civilizations, except for those 3 things.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that most people fit the stereotypes, or do you think that most people okay?
I don't think
the stereotypes shape the people, or do the people shape the stereotypes, or do the stereotypes shape the people? That's the question.
Stereotypes don't shape the people unless someone's trying to act a certain way to fit in.
That's what I'm saying. I think sometimes the stereotypes shape the people more than the people shape the stereotypes. I think media imagery and what they think it is to be a certain way makes people sometimes conform to the stereotype. And there's always some truth to a stereotype. I would never say there's not, but sometimes it's over exaggerated. Like a brother who didn't grow up in the hood that saw heard NWA and start saying, "What's up, cuz?" Because that's what you think black people do.
That's the example I was going to use: a suburban black person that wants to identify more as black instead of the stuff that they grew up conditioned to. You know,
I think that's what it is. I think a lot of people equate a certain dynamic, a certain way of acting to be black. So that's why we're so quick to tell somebody that they're acting white.
With white people at all growing up? In
I did.
California?
I did.
You remember the surfers?
Of course. Lots of surfer homies I had.
Looking back, weren't they pretty cool in their whole lifestyle? They just lived to surf.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I want to be free. I think it's the way to be. I got skaters and surfer homies now. Some of the coolest people you ever want to meet.
I kind of wish I took up surfing.
Yeah, that's something I want to do. I've had many opportunities. I haven't surfed, and I want to. That's the way to be, man. Just be free, dude.
I grew up in Inglewood, so that's like that's still South Bay. That's still we play Torrance and Manhattan Beach and and all those areas, and we're only like 3-4 miles from the beach.
Yeah,
you go straight down Manchester, you're in Playa del Rey.
It's crazy how people that's from Inglewood and never been to the beach, and the beach ain't even 5 miles from your house, and that's crazy. So many people never went to the beach, living in Los Angeles, living in the South.
We weren't there. My mother went to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Almost that she just went there automatically. Automatically, we would go to like Station 44 in Playa del Rey. That was her spot. So if like you wanted to, I'll be at the we'll be at the beach this afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
and you knew where to go.
Mm-hmm.
You knew where to go. Sometimes so that became our spot. So so you go out there, and sometimes somebody you'll meet somebody one of your relatives or friends out there.
Yeah, it's so funny. Every time I go like to the beach or to amusement park or somewhere, and even other countries, I almost always run into somebody I know. I don't care if I could be China, I could be in Mexico. It's weird. If anybody know me who's been with me say, "Damn, you everywhere we go, you meet somebody." Jamaica, I meet somebody. I mean, but it doesn't matter.
You smile and you're friendly and you're interested in people. You're interested in people. I'm like that too. And you know what? And the more you learn about different people and different cultures, you
Mhm,
know that these gross generalizations are not based on anybody with any type of real experience in
mhm.
dealing with people. You know,
Man, I just
dealing with people. There was there was this I had a friend that lived around the corner, and
mhm,
they lived in the apartments, and they weren't the best or the nicest of apartments, but this was my friend and everything.
mhm,
And he had a sister, and his sister was out there. She used to squabble out there in the streets and fight and everything. But you know what else she used to do when you go see her in the house? She was a voracious reader.
yeah.
She was a big time reader. And when I say a reader, she's reading like deep black literature, like James Baldwin and this and that and the
Mhm,
other. Who would have known that some chick, to put tattoos all over herself, would fight, been to jail, that at 16, 17 years old, she's reading stuff like that.
mhm. I love readers, man. I wish more people read. Like I read everything, so it doesn't have to be just uh fun reading. I read for knowledge. Like everything I can, I try to absorb. And when I can't read, I listen. So like a lot of people who don't read today, I don't know why they don't get an Audible subscription or YouTube, because YouTube has so many free books. You can learn a lot about stories and have some type of information and some type of understanding to converse with people with the knowledge that you can gain for relatively free or cheap. I just don't get it. The children, the people born today have such an advantage. You have a walking encyclopedia in your pocket. You can look up anything, and you can, still have some paywalls, but if certain schools let you access through the paywalls, so there's no reason to not learn anything that you're interested in. I mean, right? You can look up anything, and man, it's just it's people say it's scary to be a child today, but it has to be the best. You can watch any cartoon you want 24/7 or play any video game you want because you can stream almost everything. The digital world is changing everything. You know, you're losing some things, but you're gaining so much more. You know what I mean? So much more. It's. I'm just happy to be alive. I don't know about other people, man. That's probably what's wrong with me. I'm happy. I'm not angry at nothing. I'm happy that Big Homie hopped up. I'm happy that Kenya's in the chat and Nikki or people listen to me. I'm always humbled. I will never not be humbled by just people giving me some of their time and listen to what I have to say, because without if people make the world special, man. You guys will never know. Just hanging out and chit chatting with me means so much. I mean, I don't go live much, but it means a lot. I'm moved. I'm
I want
always
to say
humble.
this to whoever in the chat. If
Huh?
you could start reading something and focus, it will take your mind off yourself. You'll take your mind off yourself, and you could read some people's stories or some situations in novels or even in biographies, or and people got it a hell of a whole lot worse than you. And you be like, damn, I ain't got it that bad at all. I've been having like crazy dreams, where things are fucked up, like where I'm in a knife fight in prison and stuff.
Hmm.
I'm in a knife fight in prison. And there's nobody helping me. It's like, and they're around, and they're all surrounding you. They're going, go, kill him,
Hmm.
kill him, kill him. And you're in a knife fight and everything, and then you wake up and your heart's beating fast, and you got a little perspiration, and you say,
Hmm.
oh man, that's happened. I've had two of those knife fights in prison. I gotta wait, make sure I pay all my tickets or anything. I don't really want to. That's one thing I want to avoid, is having a knife fight in prison. I'd rather live the rest of my years, not having a knife fight in prison. That shit does not seem like fun to me. But I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I'm so fucking glad that wasn't going on, man. Let me get a glass of water, man, and hit the joint or something, man. I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy I'm not having a knife fight in prison. Do you
Yeah,
ever visit your dead relatives when you're sleeping? Are they like there in your dreams?
no,
Man, mine are
I'm a
always
different brother. I really like. I remember people, but I'm never haunted. I don't have bad dreams. I mean, all
no,
my
no, no,
dreams
no.
are nothing. Like
No,
I
they're
think about
not
my
bad.
father all the time.
They're not
But
bad. They're just there.
no, I'm just saying some people have like I'm not gonna say I'm not really nostalgic. I'm emotionally happy, but I don't look at yesterday. I'm looking at tomorrow and how incredible tomorrow's gonna be. I,
Best way to
so,
be. That's the best way to be. That's why I can't discuss. That's why it's frustrating me to discuss an old fucking election. That shit's
yeah,
ancient fucking history. You know
yeah,
when you
I don't even get into it. I don't care. Like, listen, the president is not gonna change my life. Only thing I worry about is getting up, eating, staying happy, and going to sleep and not messing with people. So I don't care if it's Dan Quayle, Bupu Papa. I don't care. Donald Trump, Joe Biden. Come on, I don't care. I have no like. I don't get offended or mad because of other people's. Unless they take away my freedoms and say I gotta do something I don't want to do, then I don't care because nobody has impinged or inhibited what I'm trying to do in my life. So it matters not. You know, like my problem is being messed with. I think that's what it is when somebody like it's not so much as interrupting me. It's like when I want to say something and I can't speak.
no
I got
one's
a problem with that. Go ahead.
intentionally trying to fuck with you.
Yeah, I don't fuck with people, man. I
That's
don't
why
people
that's
protection,
why I
but I
try.
don't mess with people.
I've been trying not to fuck with people, but there's always somebody out there. It's
Mhm.
not easy being your big homie.
Yeah.
It's not easy being your big homie because I go in all these other different types of sectors and
Mhm.
everything. You know, they're like,
I try to frequent everybody. Like I try to like I don't care. Like I'm
Have you ever been over to Boyd with the white people?
to what?
Boyd,
I don't know what you're saying, but I don't know what that is.
Boyd
Void.
is Boyd is a group. It's BOYT.
Hmm.
It's called Bottom of YouTube.
I've never heard of it.
It's like the white trash sector.
I've never heard of it. Like I don't know anything about half the sectors. I just like
Tell
the
them,
views.
tell them
I don't
Beasley,
know.
tell them Beasley sent you. I get into it with some of them. I call them all kind.
Yeah.
I call them every denigrating term for a white person.
I don't know if I really would
Oh
care
God.
about that because I don't really care. Like let's say you share something with me, I'll look at it, but I don't go looking to see drama or stuff. Is funny though. I like to laugh. So if I stumble upon it, I'll look, but I don't really go like I try to look at like most stuff I'm looking at like people cooking or people eating or a book somebody's reading or like let me talk about Kenya. She's always trademarks or starting a business. That's interesting to me. And I look up finance and I look at Lord of the Rings and different fantasy books and science fiction. And then I look at just people's thoughts. I like to look up like how men and women interact, and I like to hear the conversations because a lot of them are funny, and I try to understand other people's ideologies because I don't understand. But other than that, I'm not looking to see people fight with each other. That's something I usually tune out. Let's say it's somebody I follow. Let's use like BGS. I like BGS. When
So
BGS,
last night, I know that you didn't like the way that ended
yeah,
last
but
night.
like because I try to respect everybody, but when they start going at each other, I tune out because
Man,
like
I don't know why they go at him. He don't really be intentionally fucking with people.
no, he
He'll get
doesn't.
it. He'll get it. He might be a bit of an intellectual bully,
He is.
but you're learning at the same time. But yeah, but you know,
Yeah, I'm gonna talk bad about him right now. He's a snob. I'm joking because he set people up, man, and that's the only thing I think he be doing.
he'll
It'd be so
respect
funny
you.
though.
He'll respect you if you know your shit, though.
Yeah, he will. He will. I think I know some things, and I don't even mess with him on stuff. Like I just sit and learn because, and if I think he's incorrect, I don't have to do it online. I can hit him offside and be like, "Yo, this
Yeah,
is what I think."
you know what? Because he gets attacked like that for people
Yeah,
think that he's wrong, and I'll do it on the side too. I was like, just here. The real answer is this, and here's why. Uh,
yeah.
and just know that I'm not trying to show you out in front of these people.
Yeah, see, I've done like I did it not to him, but like sometimes I correct somebody and they get angry, and then now they don't want to be my friend because I was just telling them accurate information. So I make sure that I got to be much more careful and diplomatic when I do that because everybody is not as accepting as I would be when I'm incorrect. Some people don't ever want to be.
Like you're trying to show them out. You're trying to
Yeah,
play me out in
they
front
get
of these
mad and they think you belittling them.
Yeah, you're trying to play me out in front of these people. Don't try to play
Yeah,
me, motherfucker.
you can play me out anytime. I don't get embarrassed at all. I don't. I don't even care. Like I make mistakes all the time.
Uh,
You
if I
know.
make, don't try to play me out.
Yeah, I'm different. I don't get embarrassed. I
I'll
don't.
play you back. I might not get embarrassed, but I,
I'm telling you. Some things I really can't relate to people because like I'm missing certain emotions other people have. Like I don't get embarrassed. I don't care if I did something bad on myself and people start making fun. I wouldn't care.
I
I'd be
don't,
laughing. I'd be like, it's funny. It doesn't
I,
bother me. I'm
I don't,
oblivious. I'm telling you.
I don't get embarrassed, but I do have a vindictive bone.
Oh, I have like if I think you did somebody wrong and I think it's wrong, like I think I get angry. So that's what it is. So if I see you hurt somebody, that anger me. Or if you do something that's dirty, I get angry. But it's not, I don't care. I don't ever lose control. It's more premeditated with me.
So
But yeah, that's my issue. That's my problem.
what I did to Rollo, did I really do something to Rollo, or did I help Rollo do it to himself?
You didn't do nothing to Rollo. Not that I know of. Rollo's silly. I mean, he's my dude, but he's funny. And he's all in fun, but I think he get vindictive a little bit. But Rollo's a good dude, bro. No, he, Lord International.
I'm not saying he's a bad dude. I'm just talking about that one interaction.
No, that was cool. He did it to himself, just like Reg. Same thing with Reg.
I don't even watch Father of the Reg no more.
Reg in the water. That was hilarious. But it's like I'm just saying, they all pretty good dudes. They just trying to find their own niche and get their own. They got an audience, so people gonna do what they're gonna do. Don't even worry about it. Like as a human, I think I'm a good. Listen, go ahead.
He said, "What you talking about? Water bridge do go under the water." I was like, "Ding, ding, ding, ding. We got one." Rollo used to argue with me. Rollo told me, he said, "Keep your name out of my mouth."
Oh, sorry, I remember that. But they both good dudes, bro. They both good dudes. They both good dudes. It's just I had nothing but love for everybody because everybody makes mistakes. I fumble over my words all the time. So who am I to talk about somebody saying
what
stuff
about
wrong?
the dude that told me, he said, "You think I'm gonna run my dick suckers to a nigga like you?" Huh? What did you say? Did you just call your own lips dick suckers? Oh, you know what I meant. Now I know what you said. I don't know what you meant. I mean, shit.
People make mistakes. Big homie, they make mistakes, but they good. Like, Rollo is always welcome on my page, man. So is my brother Reg and anybody else. Everybody welcome. All welcome to come.
He kicked me off his page. I'm like, man, you're in New York City, man. You're in an international place with, you could bump in. You ain't gotta travel to go get a damn woman, man.
Yeah, but listen, if that's what they want to do, you gotta listen. People have to do what they have.
They
Like, whatever makes them special.
International woman.
I'm never gonna say nothing about nobody who do what they do to get where they gotta go. Because listen, this is the truth. This is my objective. Like a lot of men really are not that good at talking with women. They're not comfortable, and women over somewhere else may be more accommodating to their idiosyncrasies. They may be more accommodating to their,
they value and respect a man a little more. A lot more. Value and respect a man a bit more. I like Rollo. He says, yeah, and then women's. See, I know how to deal with you women's.
Rollo say some of the most. He makes me laugh a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. I love my brother. He's hilarious.
He blocked me from his page from saying something in the chat he misunderstood.
I'm gonna tell you. I'll make a joke because you too caught up in Babylon. You know how you feel about that. So he feel that he wants to separate. That's why he's international. It's not good here. I'm joking. But yeah, that's my dude, man. That's all I can say. I got nothing but love. My brother. And if you go hard on him, I have to defend him. I'm joking. I know you like him, big homie. He like you too. He just blocked you because you troll him too hard.
I wasn't trolling him. I wasn't trolling or playing with him. You just say something.
He good.
Dude. Like you said, you can't disagree with some people.
Hey, but some people like that, man. Don't take it personal. I mean, it's people that don't like me. It's people who probably troll me tomorrow because I'm talking to somebody they say I shouldn't talk to. People do stuff like that all the time, man. Gotta let people live and don't take it personal. Just let them live their life. Let them be who they want to be. Let them do what they want to do. I don't care. If your job is to talk about unicorns and pandas all day, and if your job is to be with Smurfette one day in the future and say you a pimp, go for it. I'm not mad at you. If you're a dude that got one tooth and say, I can teach men how to get women. Go for it. I'm all for you. Do what it takes. Look on a lollipop. Do you. I ain't got no problem with you. So, like I said, anybody want to talk about me, you feel free. Not that I want you to talk about me, but if you're going to talk about somebody, you can talk about me because I don't take it personal. I'm never going to get mad at you. I want you to do whatever it takes for you to be happy. And, next time you want to, this is for you, big homie. Next time you want to go on somebody, just talk about me. I can take it. They going to get mad, not me. You get what I'm saying?
I only say nice things. I say nice things when you were gone.
I
said this place is fire and brimstone and hell. When somebody comes here with a nice message and a peaceful message and a positive message, you motherfuckers don't even watch them. You'll turn from the nice and peaceful, positive message to go hear people fight with each other. You guys ain't shit. I know this place is hell.
People like entertainment, man. They think that fighting is way more entertaining than just trying to tell people that I hope you have a great day. I hope you smile forever and you can achieve whatever you put your mind to. Just don't quit on yourself. And that's what I would tell anybody. I believe in you. I believe that you can make it.
Just don't quit on yourself.
Yeah, don't quit on you.
That's some real shit. Because when you get into a dark place, sometimes it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a friend of mine today, and we were talking about depression. And I said, I don't understand. Like anybody can get sad. So sad is somewhat a form of depression, but when you stay in it is when you have depression. I've been sad, but I've never stayed in it because life goes on. I'm always happy to see tomorrow, and that's what I try to promote to people. Tomorrow will be a better day. Don't stay sad. I'm happy. This is the truth. Whenever I see video, I'm happy. Whenever Nikki pop in the chat, I'm happy. Whenever you show up, I'm happy. So people got to figure out little things to get little victories and be happy. You just find little things that make you happy and focus on that.
That's what Dorothy said at the end of that long ass movie. Mm-hmm. Don't what? No, that's what Scarlett O'Hara said.
No place like home.
Mm-hmm. No, no. Yeah, what? But no, Scarlett O'Hara said at the end of that long ass movie. There's another long ass movie, Gone with the Wind. She said, "I don't need regret. It's gonna be right. There's always tomorrow."
Yep. There you go. Listen to my brother. Wisdom right there. Hey.
Oh, it's Scarlett O'Hara. Scarlett O'Hara's she's a Jezebel, boy. She's beautiful though. She really was a piece. She really was a low life.
I'm a person. I'm gonna tell the truth. Like when it comes to this is something that people are not gonna like about me, but I don't care. I want women to be free. If they want to be free, let them free. I'm not gonna call you no names. People can call you what they want, but do you? As long as you happy and you ain't hurt nobody, I ain't got a problem with you. Just be able to take care of responsibilities, and I'm all for you. Feel the same about men. Just don't hurt other people. Sometimes you're gonna do it, but don't do it intentionally, and understand the consequences of any action that you partake. So make sure before you make a purchase or create something that you can take care of the things you create or the purchase that you make. There you go. That's my answer to anybody who wants to know my philosophy. And I really think I'm practical and a pragmatist. So whatever works is what I want people to do. If it's not working, maybe you need to change it, but I can't force you to change. You got to want to change yourself. So, that's what I think. I think that about a lot of things. I do. What do you think? Tell me your ideology, big homie.
Yeah, in real life, people can do their thing as long as it doesn't affront on me. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care when people succeed, or fail. That's no gauge on me. I don't envy people. I don't envy people for what is that. I am feeling some kind of way about some stuff.
I'm listening.
Because I'm at the age now where a lot of my peers, cousins, steps, lifelong friends, their parents are passing away, and some of their parents are leaving them, 2 and 3 houses in Southern California. Leaving them, over $1 million. And these are people that I've done things for. You think I'd hear something from them?
Right.
My aunt.
You can't expect anything though. You should never expect anything.
I can't expect anything, but well, they sure was around when they hand out when the tables were different. But no, I had an aunt whose boyfriend died and left her building.
That's awesome.
And, yeah, she sold the building and ended up clearing $1 million. And they disappeared. First, they just disappeared. I didn't sweat them down. They just disappeared.
Hey man,
they resurfaced when she was ready to die. she was ready to die, and then now they're all dropping like flies.
Yeah,
You know, when people start to drop, like in a little family thing, man, they can drop in groups.
Mm-hmm.
They can drop like one after another.
Yeah.
I could think of 4 or 5 deaths in my family and extended family that I know about. That's within the past year. A couple of them I missed, a couple not. I mean, a couple of people making to their 80s and close to 90.
Yeah.
Can't grudge them, but you know, some people die in their 50s.
Yeah.
You know, I had a cousin that died. I had a cousin that just died in the 60s and lived a wild life, you know. And died after he got the COVID shot, 3 days after he got the COVID shot.
That's sad. That's sad.
I don't know if it had anything to do with the COVID shot, but yeah, that one that was sad because you're a tough dude, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? It's life is that's why I'm like you said some things, and I don't expect anything from anyone. I hope the best, but I don't expect anything.
I don't.
And like when you said something about envy, like it depends on how you see envy. Envy could be like it doesn't always have to be negative because just think about it. Envy is like, man, I wish I could be Nicolas Cage. That's envy. Like jealousy is when you would want to push them out the way, but envy is like, man, that got to be great to be a billionaire.
I don't want any of that. You know what? People get what they deserve.
Yeah. But envy does not mean you want to replace them. You just wish you could be in that position. So everybody who ever made the NBA, being much as I love basketball, I'm envious of that because I didn't make the NBA. But that doesn't mean that I don't congratulate them. I applaud them.
A lot of times they worked hard. I can't get mad at what for people.
Yeah, but envy does not mean that you're mad. Jealousy means that you're angry. Envy just means you wish you were in that position.
Angry.
Yeah, but a lot of people confuse the definitions of words. So I try to clarify because sometimes they say like when you COVID like what somebody else has, that can be envy. But when you want to replace somebody and push them out the way, that's jealousy. Jealousy is the negative part.
They come and go. I'm just talking about having a windfall. You know, a windfall like that.
Yeah, but in general,
Frankie Beverly said, "People get what they deserve."
I agree with that.
Most of the time, anyway.
Yeah, like I agree that most of the time you will get what you deserve, but it's not always guaranteed because some people work hard as hell and don't get anything. So I don't like some people really believe in karma. I am not one person that really believes in it like that, but I do believe that if you put in some effort, you will get some type of satisfaction, which will be your just deserved from it. But it's never a guarantee because some of the hardest working people that I know haven't been successful in lots of things. But what they did show is that they never quit, and that's paramount right there. You know, because life is not fair. Some people we use YouTube because YouTube is a great analogy, and a lot of people that have YouTube channels will relate to this. You got somebody that can just do 2 videos, say nothing, and smile, and they got a million subscribers, and you got somebody else that probably stream 24 hours a day for 2 months and can't get 10 subscribers. So it's not always fair. It's not always going to be what people want them to be or what it should be. It's my saliva, just so you guys want to know. I got a wet mouth. I'm joking, but so I think everybody should always try their best and understand that sometimes hard work does not equal success, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't work hard. And I'm gonna stick with that. If anybody disagrees, feel free to say I disagree, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? I like what Kenya said. I'm gonna read this comment. She says, "I just want everyone to win. I told my coworkers that, and he angrily said, I don't know why some people don't deserve to win. Seriously, listen." And you said this, big homie. People deserve what they get. I don't care how you got it. You deserve it. That's what I believe. Speak, big homie. Feel free. Interject anytime.
No, Frankie Beverly said that. Can you hear me?
I'm listening. I hear you.
Okay. No, Frankie Beverly said. In fact, I'm looking for the song. I know the rap song that they borrowed the lyric from, but I'm trying to find the real song. No, because it goes. Some people hate, and they wonder why things are not better.
Man, people, you know what? If people want a better world, they got to start with themselves. Like so many people are so. There's nothing wrong with being selfish sometimes. But so many people are worried about the external instead of fixing themselves. I'm not. I would love to change the world, but I'm not trying to change the world. I'm trying to change me. So I'm always worried about what Charles is going to do. What type of person am I trying to be? If I was to die tomorrow, am I happy with the man I am today? And I'm pretty happy with me. My weakness is I say financial, but it's not how people think, because most people think, damn, you make pretty good money, but I'm not making the money that I want to make. So reflecting on myself, I'm not in a position that I need to be for me to feel great about that part of me. But as everything else, I like me. I love me. Matter of fact, I think Charles is great. I want to jump back and kiss myself. That's how I think. But other than that, I'll be content. Every day I try to treat it like this could be it. Did I have a great day? If I didn't have a great day, I didn't do something right. So, man, I think, man, you, for all of you, brother, big homie, this day is fantastic.
Oh, good. I'm glad I helped make it a little better. I got a call coming in right now that I need to take.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later. I can just have fun with the chat and chit chat.
A treat. See you later, chat.
All right. I won't stay on too much longer.
Enjoy yourself. Glad we
Oh
can
man, I'm having a blast.
glad we can move the conversation along. One thing, you say a lot of things about me, but one thing I am is a conversationalist.
Oh man, you're great, bro. I wish more people had a better dialogue like you do. Most time when people hop on, I'm sorry to say I'm not entertained, but I know it's gonna be fun with you. But I always want people just to chit chat. I wish we could have way more open conversations that weren't restrictive and weren't forcing people to say. All right, brother. It's always a pleasure, man. So I'm gonna dive in now. This is me by myself. So this is what I really like. I want people just to talk about whatever. It doesn't matter where you want to go with the conversation. I don't care where you come from. I don't care your demographic. I don't care what your philosophical standing is. I don't care about your ideology. I don't care what you like. You're more than welcome to come up here and talk with me. I'm never gonna tell people that they can't say what they want to say, because people, like, I'm an open page, but I'm never gonna say stuff that blatantly to offend you. If somebody talks to me and they say, "Hey, don't curse," when we talk, I'll never curse at you. I'll probably refrain from profanity, but I tell people all the time, I'm not opposed to using it, and feel free that's how you speak. If you speak in slang, speak in slang. You don't have to change who you are to converse with me. I can, as long as I can understand what you're saying. I don't care if you stutter. I don't care what you say, as long as I get you. I guess my issues that do happen with people is that people that they're not appreciative or complimentary or open dialogues with people who don't think like them. And I will be quiet to hear people speak, and I will never say, like, I could disagree with you. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It just means that I don't agree with you. And a lot of times people are arguing over belief. Now, there's a difference between belief and fact. You can think certainly about something, or you can feel sure about something, but until you can prove it, is a belief. So I don't get into that. I don't get into it at all, and I'm never going to tell somebody they're ever wrong with the way they believe, as long as you're not physically hurting somebody else or taking their money. I have nothing to say with you at all. I want you to be who you want to be. I want you to feel how you want to feel. Oh, okay. Let me post this link, and Kenya, you are more than welcome to come, because we can talk about whatever you want to talk about anytime. Anytime, anyone. Like I probably would do more. I like conversations. I just do, and I don't like people to ever be disrespectful to one another. But if two people choose to partake in some type of cantankerous conversation that gets vehemently aggressive, that's on them. But that's not what I am. That's not what I'm about, and that's not what I would ever tell somebody to do. But a lot of people that perform on YouTube in front of an audience, the problem is this. See, you thought you was better. Man, I don't think I'm better than you. I don't think I know more than you. I'll tell you what I am good at, though. I'm good at having fun. That's what I tell everybody. I'm good at reading fantasy novels, and I like to play video games, but I'm not the best at them. But I'm playing this game that I think is fantastic. It's called, is it Axiom Verge or Axiom Verge? I don't know how you're going to say it. I was saying Verge, but it's Axiom Verge. It's pretty fantastic. It's a Metroidvania type thing, and I let my thoughts flow when I play the games. When I think about life, I'm always trying to let my thoughts flow, and I can let my thoughts flow right now if you really want to know. I just want to be happy. I just want people to feel great. I just want to hug everybody and give you all kisses. I'm joking, but that's how I feel about this life. I just want people to feel fantastic. Just a little bit of me wish I was more bothered by things, but I'm not bothered. I get bothered when people bother me. But as far as what people like, the TV shows they watch, the movies they watch, what they think about a certain thing, I don't care. I watched, let me do this now. I watched Coming to America. And for the entertainment value, just watching the movie, and was it entertaining? I think it was. However, I have a problem when subliminally or they push ideologies, like I want to call it an equal opportunity movie. Whenever you see little girls beating grown men. I said, that's kind of far-fetched. And it's how you inculcate the mind is by pushing things that become acceptable, even if it's disbelief or not connected to reality. But I don't know what you guys think. I'm not trying to go too deep into the movie right now. Let me put Kenya up. Hello, Kenya. Let me know when you can speak, or just speak when you feel free. You can talk.
What's up, Charles? Hey, good morning or afternoon or whatever time it is.
It's whatever time it should be. I don't know what time it is.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Kenya? I can hear you, Kenya, but can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a delay, so I'll just have to get used to that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what you want to talk about now. I had something on my mind, and I kind of wanted to ask your opinion about it, and just kind of toss around an idea dealing with social. I have it's not really social anxiety lately, but I have issues with people. I love them, yet I avoid them. So I just want to talk about one incident I had at work, and then like maybe ask some of the folks in the chat like how they would deal with it, and also just like interpret like or try to understand why people do what they do and why people say what they say. I don't know. Just let me know when you're ready for the story.
The floor is yours. Go for it.
Oops.
The floor is yours. Go for it. I know it's delayed, so just start.
Okay, so my personality, when I'm making videos, I try to be like a little bit polished and professional, whatnot. But in real life, I'm actually quite hyper. Like to the point where lately I've been asking my family, and this is probably for a whole nother live stream if you want to do that another time. Like my personality is like really upbeat and bubbly and kind of hyper. Like I'm super friendly, although I really don't like people. Just follow along with my mindset. Like I'm super friendly, but dealing with people, it's an issue, right? So when I go to work and the place which will remain unnamed, it's a very monotonous type of job. It's the same thing over and over again. And the mindset of the people there is kind of like, just do your job, keep your head down, keep your nose clean. We don't need your brain. We need your body. Just work. But me, there's so much of my personality that always wants to come out that I'm just always like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? What are you thinking about? And I'm always trying to have like these deep philosophical conversations. People ain't got time for that. I'm always like trying to engage people and like scratch the surface, go below and like, hey, I want to know about you. And they're just like, no, leave me alone. So then I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to share about you, I'm going to share about me. And I'll start talking and they kind of get annoyed. Anyways, so that's the baseline. That's the baseline I want to start you off with, right? So that's my personality. Go, go, go. Can you? Energizer buddy. So I'm put on this particular assignment and I'm working with some supervision that's kind of pretty no nonsense. And they want me to do this particular thing. Here's this task, go do it. Do ABC, XYZ, yada, yada, yada. Well, I've never been in this area before, so I'm asking lots of questions. At this point, they're familiar with my personality. So that's the first impressions make a big difference on how people accept you and how they formulate an opinion about you and how they treat you. So they've already met hyper Kenya. Once it's time for me to do this particular assignment, I turn that off and I start to ask questions, legitimate questions. Okay, how do you want A, B, and C done? How do you want 1, 2, and 3 done? Did you say you wanted it to the left or to the right? Okay, do you want this inside or outside? So I'm asking questions so that I can understand and do my assignment. At which point, supervision wheels around, looks at me and says, you know what? You need to grow up. Get with the program. You're too old to act like this. Something, something, something. And she just kind of really goes off and was inappropriate. And I'm thinking, wow, that was uncalled for. I said to myself, is she reacting to my questions or my personality? And either way, I just think she really went overboard. So I kind of meditated on that and the job got done. Later on, I talked to one of my coworkers and I told this coworker, hey, I've been having this issue a lot where people can't always take me because sometimes that can be a bit much. But in this particular instant, I feel like my personality was attacked and like who I was as a person was attacked. Like, hey, I'm here to do the job and follow directions. But are you attacking my ability to do the job? Or are you attacking my competence, or are you attacking my character?
Hmm.
And nobody could answer the question. They were like, well, if you keep having this experience, maybe God is trying to tell you something. Maybe it's something with you and not with other people.
Mm.
So that's the scenario. And I'm just gonna turn it over to you. How would you have handled that situation where, you weren't really doing anything wrong, but because of your particular personality, somebody didn't like it, and they quote unquote called you out on it, made a big stink about it, kind of embarrassed you in front of other people, and at the end of the day, you couldn't do what they told you to do because they never answered the question. How do you want me to do the job? Okay, I'm done.
Okay, for me, if I have an issue with the person or they come at me, I will pull them to the side and say, we need to talk. And then I will explain myself. Like, listen, this is just my personality. Let me know what problems you have with me. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to learn the job. And if that's not like, I don't understand, like, only what I would say is, listen, I'm trying to do the best I can. I just need you to work with me. If I'm not working appropriately, show me what I should do. But this is how I operate. Can you understand that? Because to be in a supervisory position, you have to have empathy with your employees. And any supervision, any real good supervisor should never try to out you in front of people. So that was unacceptable.
That's what I thought.
So that right there would have got demerits from me. But you as an employee, if you have an issue, you should have pulled them to the side and discussed it and say, listen, this is who I am. There's no guideline saying that I can't ask questions and talk to people. And as long as I don't get too personal as far as this is generality, so I know who I'm working with and I know how to conduct myself. This is how I establish parameters of what I can do and what I can't do with who I associate with. So I don't really think that you did anything wrong. I just think that the next time somebody comes at you with some type of belligerent aggression, say, hold on, let's go to the side and let's discuss this, or let's get somebody else that's involved in management and discuss this, because right now, this is, I hate to use certain terms, but this can turn into a hostile work environment, and I don't want there to be any situation where I can't work with you, or I'm worried about how my performance with you will be because of the way that you treat me.
Hostile.
So that's the term I would use, and she would have to reflect on that, because if she doesn't do that, then you can file EEO. And I'm not trying to give any type of advice. I'm just telling you logically that in the way that we have set up with labor laws, people can't do things that are going to be detrimental to you and to make it where people don't treat you fairly in the workplace. So that's my assessment. And so when it comes to your personality, you had to, like, I'm like you, I'm inquisitive. So when I work with people, I try to figure out what is.
You know what I've noticed though?
Go ahead. Mm-hmm. I'm listening. I know there's a delay, but I'm listening. So as soon as you start talking,
Communication is supposed to be key, right? And the more questions that you ask, the more answers that you can get, the more understanding that there is, and the more that people can be on the same page. I've noticed even in big corporations, communication is not something that's always there. And someone who wants to know more and learn more, that's not always something that's really respected by people. It's kind of like, do what I told you to do, and no, they just want you to understand. And that particular incident was not really the first time. It seems to be almost like a corporate culture where, again, going back to the baseline, the type of job that I do, it's kind of like, we don't need your brain, we need your body. We don't need you to communicate, we need you to follow directions. We don't need your input, we just need you to be the labor. We're the brains, you're the brawn. And so I just wonder if anybody else had noticed that in their particular work culture, where I guess it depends on the type of industry that you're in. But it seems like just communication in general, even going back to what you were saying earlier, people don't want to come to an understanding of something, whether it's socially, personally, professionally. It's like there's a hierarchy. I know this, I'm going to stand by what I know. I'm going to lord it over you. And if you don't understand, I'm not going to bring you up to my level. I'm just going to put this over you, that I know what I'm saying. I'm not going to explain it. If you don't get it, too bad. It just seems like there's a breakdown of communication all across the board. So I don't know if that's just my particular industry or my particular job setup, but again, that's not the first time. It's just really sad, because I mean, communication is important in so many different realms. So yeah.
Um, I think that you should never, like anything that's job related, especially I guess in the corporate world, should be in some type of manual. So there shouldn't be anything that someone can teach you that you can't learn from the book. Sometimes you need experience and you may need to know where to go. But if the if the company is proficient, there should be written instruction for every type of application that you do. So if there's any which way that you can, you should find a way to get the manuals and know the job particulars so that when they question you on, you can quote them. This is
Well,
what
these
it
are kind of one-off assignments. They don't have manuals for them, though.
understood. Okay. Yeah, but that's what I think. So then by all means, you can always, I'm assuming that you can always mitigate that. I'm asking questions so I can be safe and efficient. And if you don't want the job to be done efficiently or safely, then I won't ask questions. But if I get hurt, then that'll be a company's liability. They will have to pay for that. So by all means, is in the best interest of the company and myself for me to ask questions so we can operate and do what we're doing in a safe manner. You are pretty intelligent. I've heard you speak. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's in the best interest of the company.
yeah, but you got to make sure
Hey, that's too much like right. That sounds too much like right.
But you have to say that in a way. That's why you when you have a problem with any type of management, you need to get some other person there of management, and maybe I'm assuming you work for a place that has a union. Does it have a union? Well, if the place has a union, from that's what it sounds like, then you get a steward or somebody to represent you.
Yeah, we're union, but I mean, no
Yeah.
comment on that. When I
Okay.
say all across the board, no communication, I mean all across the board between union and labor, between upper management and lower. I really wonder, like no exaggeration, sometimes I wonder like how is this company like still standing with the breakdown of communication?
I can tell you why.
And then one more thing I'll throw on top of that, you know what's really funny? The people that get ahead are the people that don't communicate but have like bad attitudes and they're just kind of getting smart and they kind of do their own thing.
Mhm.
And it seems like that's something that you would get penalized for. But again, I'm seeing it more and more that communication is not something that's respected. Good attitudes, good natured people, it's just not something that's really respected. And bad attitudes, being snarky, clapping back, or whatever you want to call it nowadays, like that's the norm. Like that's how you get by, even in these professional environments. So that takes me back to my thing where I love people, but I avoid them.
I totally understand. I could say so much more, but I am not. I do understand. I think sometimes it's I got to go here. I don't really want to. I'm not. Sometimes people that you think aren't capable have a network, and even though you may not believe it, a lot of times it may not totally apply, but there's a lot of hookup going on. So it's not that they are not quote unquote capable. It's the fact that they are connected. And
Did it go mute on my side? Okay, there we go.
sometimes you're not with the click. I can, if you want to speak, that's all. I'm just trying to keep it as in the middle as I can without saying stuff that I can't validate. But I think that a lot of businesses, if it's not just connection to networks, it is blatant nepotism sometimes. So
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. I think this is society. My job is just an example of it. I think this is society.
all
And I
jobs
hate
are
to
like
be
that.
pessimistic, but whether I'm out
Everything is like
shopping in the neighborhood, whether what I see on the media and TV, it's like sarcasm. What did you say? Nepotism,
Yeah.
nihilism. It's like cynicism. There's just like no more where are all the good natured people with just a good sense of clean humor and just people that just want to get along? It's just I don't know, man. Oh, it's just
There are a lot of good people. There still are, but people want to be entertained and people like drama. You look on YouTube, it's either reviews or it's drama. And most people just don't want to have civil conversation about learning. And even the people that think they're positive sometimes are dismantling other people. Go ahead, speak, Kenya. Feel free, even with the delay. You just start talking, and once I hear you, I won't say anything else. If you want to talk.
I think there's a delay because I think sometimes when I say something, it's right when you're pausing, but it comes across as I'm talking over you. So that's not me trying to talk over you. So I'm sorry.
Listen, you speak whenever, because there is a delay. If you feel like speaking, this is my platform or your platform. So you go ahead and speak all you want. If anybody doesn't know, Kenya has a page for the Entrepreneur Drive. I think she's a talented creator. I wish I had her video editing skills. I mean, maybe I need to start paying you so you can hook me up and make my.
Oh, gee, thanks, Mister.
I think you're pretty fantastic with it. I enjoy. I mean, you're good. Some people especially when you give up business information. When you like, I've really been enjoying it. I have some of my friends like, man, that was a good video you put in the community tab. So I'm telling you, maybe talking about trademarks or this or that or this, people like to hear that. It's pretty.
Well, that's all I really wanted to say. That was one example of many. That part, that social part that I kind of the story that I gave, my little venting session, that's one of the major reasons why I want to leave this particular job, which pays well and has benefits, but the cost, the cost is the mental. Okay, you work out. When you do so many reps. What do you call it when you get to the point of failure, when your muscles start twitching, right? You're working out. At some point you have to rest, right? So I feel like I'm working my mental muscle, my social muscle, my muscle of tolerance, where you're in that environment and you let so much negativity like roll off your back. That's a muscle that you're using. You're flexing that tolerance muscle, and then you flex it and you flex it, and by the end of the day, let me get up out of here so I can just get away from all this toxicity. The next day it happens again, and after a while that mental muscle gets fatigued. And I got 20 years as of this year, in July I'm gonna have 21 years. That's a long time to be flexing a muscle. And I know there's a saying of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? They never talk about the people that die.
That's true.
So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but at some point something can wear you down to where you need to remove yourself from it. And so that's really that social issue that I touched on. That's really what I'm trying to escape. The money's good, the benefits are good, but it's just that day after day dealing with it. I don't know. So that's just a little bit more background about me. I don't really say too much. I have not been saying too many personal things. Like I used to document some business stuff, and then I used to document some personal stuff. But I just wanted to give a little bit of insight into like who I am as a person, why I'm doing what I'm doing. That not to go too deep or reveal too much, but what I deal with. It's factory life is tough, but it's not necessarily the work that wears you down as the people, or maybe the people are worn down because of the work. And so I don't know.
Everything you said, I think about a lot, and a lot of people don't feel like they're serving their purpose. Like you are a creator, you're a creative mind, and so many things that you want to do, and you feel that you're wasting your time, even though it's paying you well, because you don't feel pleasure. Like it's repetitive. You said it, monotonous, where you like to make things and do things. So I can tell, and I know because it's your page is about, you want to do things you love and get paid for it. And I think I wish I could tell you to go ahead and just quit, but you got to survive. So I understand it. But I want you to keep pursuing your dreams because you're a motivation to me. You start talking to me about money before I ever thought about really thinking about it like that. And then I start listening to you like, okay, I want to be free too. I'm just being honest. So trust me.
Hey, we both gonna follow the North Star and just go north. Come on, Charles, we gonna make it. We just gonna follow that star and go north. We gonna get off this plantation.
Linda B says, hopefully you have something else that fulfills you in the ways that work doesn't. And I think this is for Linda, because I think I like that comment. Most people need to find a hobby, purpose, or something to do with their lives so that when they have that mental drain that comes from doing a job that you just don't love, trust me, YouTube is therapy for me because I love to converse with people. So like before, I would go to bars and drink beer and talk to my friends, but since the lockdown, I can't really see my friends like that, and I'm not much of a phone caller. I hop on YouTube and do a video, hoping people will just comment, and maybe I need to make more time to go live. But this is giving me the pleasure that I would get from going out and just talking to people, because I'm in a way I'm like Kenya. I love to learn about people. That's nothing intrigues me more than learning about people that I don't know. I want to know what makes you happy and sad, and your hobbies, and what you're trying to get in life, and where you can go. And if I can give you advice, I give it to you, because we are all learning from each other. I may have an issue and Kenya can help me. So I don't have a problem listening to somebody else, because one day I won't want Kenya to listen to me like I'm listening to her, but I listen to you a lot because I like to hear you. So I don't know. I feel that we are all trying to figure out life, all of us, and some people just
Yeah.
are better at acting like they got it figured out more than others. But you've seen people that you think are successful, and they're rich, and they in their own life. So don't ever think somebody's life is that much better than you, because it may not be. So don't ever get downtrodden. Just stay happy and figure out something
Mhm.
that's going to give you joy. Like Kenya, I love that you make videos.
That's the thing right there. Happy. There are no happy people there.
But you are.
Well,
You are doing good.
I'm a very rare few. To answer Linda's B's question, I have something that fulfills me. That's the fuel, or sometimes just the fumes. That's the fuel that gets me through my night. And sometimes when I'm running on fumes, I'm mentally, like, I'm there in the flesh, but mentally I'm on YouTube, or I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I'm following my dream. When I
Mhm.
have this is the conversation that I try to have with most of my coworkers. Hey, so you ever think about having your own business? No. What I need to do that for? We make money. Oh, okay. So what do you do outside of work? Sleep, man. We doing all these hours. Shoot, did you work overtime last week? Yeah, I did a little bit, but I like to do stuff at home. No, man, I'm gonna get that money. Oh, okay, that's cool. So what do you do with your money? And they buy stuff, but they don't
Mhm.
do stuff. And
Yeah.
since they don't do stuff, I like, okay, like, here's the joke. I don't have a life, right? It's
Mhm.
true. I don't have a life. I don't have friends. I'm okay with that. Don't pity me.
Mhm.
But they really don't have a life because they don't do anything. They don't make any memories.
Mhm.
They don't really spend time with their family. Like,
Mhm.
literally, we are there all the time. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm on a work release program. Like, I live there at the job, and I just get a chance to come home sometimes. And there
Mhm.
are people that come home less than me because the
Mhm.
money is like a trap. It's like a
Mhm.
trap. Oh, money, 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 money. You look up, you turn around, 10 years have gone by,
Mhm.
15 years have gone by. You've got money, that's great. But did you live?
Yeah.
Do your kids know you? Do your family know you? Or are you just that person that comes in every once in a while? So yeah, I have something fulfilling, but whenever I ask other people, oh, what do you have as a hobby? I ain't got no hobby. I used to X, Y, and Z. I used to bowl. I used
Mhm.
to work out. Oh yeah, I used to, coach. I'm saying,
Mhm.
oh, so what do you do now? Man, I just sleep. So those are the types of people that I'm dealing with. They're really tired. They're really just mentally exhausted. They're miserable. They don't really have strong relationships at home. I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of them don't, because again, we're in there, we're making that money. It's a trap, it's a carrot in front of you. Go, 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 get the money. And it's like, when you do get home, you're too tired to do anything else. So it's a very small handful of people that have made it a priority to do things, have something to look forward to when they get home, make something on the side, do a hobby, start a business. But it's far and few between. I think that might just be my generation. Like, I'm Generation X, and I'm part of that group that's like, hey, you get a job, and if you can, you stay with it as long as you can, you retire from it.
Mhm.
Unlike, some of the millennials and people in the younger age groups, they have that fluidity to kind of like, if I don't like it, I'm gonna go somewhere else. If I don't,
Mhm.
if I don't can't be treated well here, I'm going to go somewhere where I can be respected and treated. And that to me is a life like, ooh, that makes me anxious, but I envy it. Like,
Mhm.
wow, they've got that courage to, if they don't like the situation, they'll go somewhere else and start over. But like me and us old heads, we feel like, well, where else are we going to go? This is all we know. And so it's like a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, we're making it, but we're kind of like, we're slaves. We really are wage slaves. So,
Yeah. I agree with you. I'm.
and then the management, I think they play on that. They play on that mental mindset. Like, you're not going to talk back to me because, don't make me cut this overtime off from you. Don't make me, oh, they're threatening me, threatening money. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just really weird.
Yeah. I'm like you. I'm still trying to figure it out. I know a lot of people that are just like that. That they work for the money, but they don't do nothing but the money they're working for. So
Yeah.
you got to figure it out. I mean, I'm never going to tell somebody, like I say it all the time, what is important to you, but you have your life. So make sure you live in the life you want to live and you're happy with it. Because at the end of the day, from what I know, you only have this experience, and you may not get another chance. So
Hmm.
don't regret it. If today was your last day, were you happy with the day you had? And that's like, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I'm happy. Talking to you this is a pleasure. I mean, I can't imagine a better day right now.
Yeah.
So that's how just people don't understand. for Linda B, for Nikki, for Tara, for anybody who's big homie Beasley, for anybody who was here, it means something because you could have did anything, but you came to be here and chit chat with me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate talking to you, Kenya. It's been great.
I appreciate you, Charles. I appreciate your wit, your charm,
Well,
that
thank
beautiful
you.
smile of yours. You need to
Oh,
start selling some toothpaste, man. If you don't do nothing else, sell some toothpaste and be like, you want your teeth white like mine? Ching. Get that little shine at a special effect. Ching. Get
blushing.
CJ3 toothpaste, and you gonna sell them, brother.
Blushing. Thank you for that. That made me feel special.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna say one more thing before I get up off of here because it's kind of like past my bedtime, me being a night owl and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I really do want my kids to try to go into business. I don't think it's their thing. It's okay, but I try to still be an influence on them and encourage them. Me and my eldest son, he's an adult now, and we still kind of go back and forth. He's like, "You're doing all this and that, and you're not making any money, and what's your latest scheme that you're trying to do? First it was eBay, then it was Shopify, now it's YouTube, da 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 da." And quiet as kept. Okay, so I've got 10 years before I can retire. My dream goal is to, transition fully way before that. If nothing works out and I still end up retiring from this place, which will remain unnamed, I am having a blast and a ball trying something. Just the fact that I'm trying it. Yes, I'm failing and trying and doing something else. And just the experience of it, I would rather say, dang, the last 10 years I tried to make a business. It didn't work out. Then the last 10 years, man, I thought about making a business, but you never know how this stuff will work out. So I never did try. So that's my send off. Whatever happens, no matter however it turns out, I tried. Oh, Hyper Kenya coming back. I gotta go.
You're doing good, Kenya. It's a pleasure talking to you. Any chance I ever get to converse with you is a pleasure, and I feel like I talk to you all the time through your videos. I love your thoughts. I do. You're an awesome
Thanks,
person.
mister.
You're welcome, madam.
All right, I'm gonna keep listening in. I'm gonna let the soothing sound of your what they used to call it, the quiet storm voice from the radio station. I'm gonna listen to the sound of that as I fall asleep. But at this point, I bid you adieu, good sir.
Bye. I won't stay on too much longer. I didn't talk to her 2 hours and something. I don't know what else.
11 minutes and 48 seconds, but who's counting?
I was listen to you, but yeah, I just want people to feel great. Like I want more conversations like this with Kenya or anyone who wants to chat with me, because it's always a pleasure to talk to people I don't know, and I'm never going to tell people that they can't lead the conversation in any which way they want to take it, because I'm always open for dialogue, because how else can I learn unless I listen to other people? But one thing I don't want to be is a page of hate. And I'm not saying you can't be angry and you can't vent about things and discuss your situations, but I'm not monolithic in my conversation. I'm not going to stay on one thing, and I'm open for whatever, especially when Nikki, my co-host, joins me. I can trick her to come back on. But other than that, I just want people to have fun and learn from other people. It's people from different groups, people from different sectors, people from whatever. You're always welcome to come and chit chat with me, because I'm not the king of the castle. I'm not like some big superstar that like. I hope I never get to the point where I can't treat everybody as being worthy of my time, because I've seen so many people that they become so disconnected from reality that they start to think of themselves as being better than everyone. And listen, I'm not better than anyone at all. I'm a human just like you're a human, and you got the right, just like I got the right to speak. I'm doing this through YouTube like anyone else, and the people who interact with me, it's much appreciated, because no matter what, even the people that have millions of subscribers, you need those millions of subscribers to make it. So I'm appreciative of one person. If just one person watches any of my 2-minute videos that you should watch, I'm happy, because that means at least you listen to what I had to say for 1 minute or 2 seconds, or be it for 2 hours and whatever this is. This is pretty great. I just wish that I could make more people smile. I really just wish I could make more people happy, and I just want to learn. So I'm appreciative that if anybody wants to have a dialogue, feel free. But if not, I won't keep you guys longer, because I've been talking too much and you guys are sick of listening to me. And I'm gonna start giggling and just being happy, saying silly stuff and saying all type of dumb stuff. And I'm just humbled. I'm always humbled. I don't know what other people like. I'm humbled with just one person watching me. So just 7 or 20 or 30, it blows me away. I just don't. I will never understand. And for me to be non-emotional, I'm showing my emotion right now because I'm privileged. I'm honored. I'm happy. I'm humbled, and I'm blessed that people even feel free or feel want to interact with me and listen to the nonsense that I say, because I'm Captain Nonsense. I can say more nonsense than anyone. And I had so many people that I like pop up. I had Pamela pop up, Tara popped up, Nikki popped up, Kenya popped up, Linda popped up, my friend Brian popped up, just the big homie popped up, and anybody else that I didn't mention. Okay, RDP, he popped up. I don't know. I don't see how people can just enjoy the dialogue like I do. I really just enjoy just listening to Kenya. She could have talked all day, and I would have just listened, and I gave her the best advice I could give. I understand what it's like to have to be a supervisor or to be the employee, and I can understand how, as an employee, you want to learn. So you want to ask questions. I'm similar to Kenya because I like to know what's going on, and I try to ask questions. And sometimes your exuberance, your levity, your agreeableness can be in opposition to somebody else's thoughts. They can just because you're bubbly, they can feel dejected, and now they're angry at you, and animosity comes through. So I try my best to always refrain from the joy that I feel sometimes, because I can get eager too. I can get happy. I can get, woo, let's do this. And we'll work it out though. The more we talk together, the more we communicate with each other, the better we'll get, because all of you here in the chat help improve me. And that's what I'm about. I'm about improving myself, and hopefully that I can help you improve you if that's what you choose to do. But if you don't want to improve, that's not my thing. I mean, I'm not one to stop you from whatever you want to partake in, but I hope that I can just make your life better. I don't ever want to make your life worse. I'm just trying to learn and grow and be the most positive brother that I can be. And that what I wish I could change about myself, and this is not the truth, but it's the truth. I wish that I was more bothered about stuff, but I'm telling you, I'm so ecstatic. I'm so happy. I'm so giddy that I probably need to turn this off just so I can smile and feel great that I had people chatting with me. I will never get. I've been doing YouTube for some years, and every time I've had a chat, I felt this great. And, most of the time, I'm just happy that people are talking and interacting and showing love, and it's not always negative. And it's cool. Like I'm not opposed to people having arguments, because sometimes it's going to get heated. Sometimes you're going to think cats are better than dogs. Sometimes you're going to think motorcycles are not as good as cars, whatever it may be. Sometimes you're gonna think hot water is better than cold. So, just I'm telling you, I'm humbled, I'm happy, I'm ecstatic. I'm gonna relax and unwind and just get back, and then maybe later I'm gonna stream and I'm gonna cook a steak and eat it, juicy ribeye steak, just for you, Nikki, and dream about crab legs for big homie. All right, let me end this because I'm having too much fun, and I'm about to start going to the left and saying, loopy stuff. All right, this has been a pleasure. Thank you all for stopping by and hanging out. And Kenya, appreciate it. Big homie, appreciate it. And I'm ending it now. I'm ending it.